Spanky, baby, you ready? It's our big chance. Check this out. Me and you, we could be just like Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. I was at WrestleMania 20, dude, and it was awesome to see them two cats up in that ring together with them two belts. And that'll be me and you tonight in Buffalo. I dropped the ball against Austin Aries. Dude, you are on top of your game, and tonight is your chance. And just to motivate you, I have all intention in the world of going out there and taking that pure title away from Samoa Joe. What do you think about that? Hey, like them apples. James Gibson, pure champion. Spanky, world champion.
Hey, Jamie.
Me and you, on top of the world.
You know, Jamie, I've been friends for a while, and we've been a lot of places together, we've seen the world. This is the first time, though, you and I have had a shot like this, a shot at some titles without limitations. You know what I'm saying? We can go out there and we can give it our all. We can pour our heart and soul into these matches, Jamie. And if we fall short, we have nobody to blame but ourselves. But you know what, Jamie? I know you like that kind of opportunity. I like that kind of opportunity. And buddy, best of luck tonight.
It's me and you, Spanky. Good.
First round's on me tonight.
You got it, buddy. This is our big chance, dude.
Lacey's Angels, we've been doing so great. We're racking in all the money, all our victories. I mean, come on, we're doing so great. New York City, I wasn't there. I was busy getting us sponsorships, hanging with P. Diddy, things like that. Yeah, it's great, huh? I heard Izzy and Deranged, they took care of business, though, didn't they? That's awesome. All right, we're moving right on up in this world. Cloudy, personal assistant, I need some water. I'm a little bit thirsty. Give me some water.
Hey,
Cheech, my secretary, I mean, you gotta get busy here. We got all these sponsorships and...
Where's Izzy and Deranged?
Oh, I gave them a bonus. They need time off. They did so great for us. They deserve a vacation, right? I mean, come on now. These sponsorships,
They do.
back to the...
They do. But what about me? When am I gonna get my chance?
All right, Cheech, you want a chance? You
Yes.
want a match? I'll get you in a match tonight. But if you don't produce for me, I don't know. It's back to the books for you. Secretary,
All right.
show me what you got tonight. Lacey's Angels, come on.
Introducing first, at a combined weight of 360 pounds, the team of Rinauro and Generico. Being accompanied by Prince Nana and Jay Chung, at a combined weight of 395 pounds, representing the embassy, the team of Fast Eddie and Jimmy Rave.
The embassy! Oh! Jimmy Rave! Fast Eddie! Outcast! Take a look at this idiot right here. Jimmy Rave! Ladies and gentlemen! Get down! Get down!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Williamsville, New York, just outside of Buffalo. I'm Jimmy Bauer, joined by Dave Prazak. It's very exciting to be here as ROH makes its Buffalo Market debut. Jimmy Rave taking it to Rinauro to start things off.
Just pounding away, and I noticed that the ring steps tonight are pretty hot. Oh wait, no, that's Jade Chung in the corner of the embassy.
You know, that is just a disgrace what they do to poor Jade Chung out there. Jimmy Rave to unleashing on Rinauro. We have the embassy of Jimmy Rave and Fast Eddie. Prince Nana and Jade Chung, of course, in their corner against Rinauro in the ring. And El Generico wrestling top prospects, taking on some established ROH stars.
Couple of nice arm drags right there, but Jimmy Rave put on the brakes, and now he's chopping away at the chest of Rinauro.
ROH giving a lot of new talent an opportunity to shine on this show in a new market.
Hip tossing, uses the ropes for some spring and takes Rave down, and out to the floor he goes.
I'm very impressed with Rinauro in the early going of this one. He's taken the best that Jimmy Rave could dish out, and that was a very impressive arm drag there.
Might be surprising Jimmy Rave a little bit. Of course, Rinauro has really started to come into his own down in Florida's FIP promotion as of late. Ring of Honor giving him a shot.
That is where he caught the eye of ROH officials. Generico looking good up in Canada for the EWR promotion as Fast Eddie comes in and he gets taken down by Rinauro.
Saved by the South. Makes the tag to Generico, the generic luchador.
Is this guy really a luchador?
Is he from Mexico?
I don't know.
Wrestles in Canada all the time. What's up with that?
You got me, Dave. Maybe you got to figure out the scoops there. You can take GMC's job.
El Generico with Fast Eddie up against the ropes, just chopping away at the chest.
We have 3 big title matches tonight. This is going to be a huge debut in Buffalo. Ring of Honor finally making its way up to Buffalo, New York. We've waited a long time.
Neither man going down is looking for the shoulder block, stomping away at the foot of Fast Eddie and grabbing hold of the side headlock.
Hey, referee, you see what's going on?
Fast Eddie and Jimmy Rave looking impressive as a tag team in recent weeks.
Rave setting the ropes, bowls over Generico. A little bit of posing from Fast Eddie, a very confident individual. Double stop down across the back.
Very effectively done by Fast Eddie, taking a simple maneuver and putting Generico on the defense with it. Generico clutching at his lower back.
And now it's Fast Eddie cranking away on that side headlock as Paul Turner checks on the condition of the masked man.
Rinauro itching for the tag.
Shoulder tackle once again. But Fast Eddie took too much time as Generico just grabbed hold of the foot and tripped him. Now forearm strikes from Generico. Fast Eddie sent to the ropes once again, steps over the body of Generico, but gets met with the back heel kick.
Fast Eddie's in trouble. Prince Nana manhandling Jade Chung on the outside. That's just crossing the line.
I just don't understand why she puts up with it.
What's this guy doing? Come on, Eddie.
Well, what's Generico doing here?
Could he have in mind for Fast? Standing moonsault, nice agility.
Good for a 2 count from referee Paul Turner. Generico in control. Generico and Rinauro looking like a possible new tag team here as they are very impressive in the early going.
Makes the tag. In comes Rinauro once again with the forearm shot down across the back of Fast Eddie. Measures him. Another chop right across the chest. Fast Eddie, one half of the short-lived Air Devils.
What a scam that was. Fast Eddie basically playing with the fans with that whole Air Devils. Well, it just makes me disgusted to even talk about it.
Forearm shot from Rinauro sends Fast Eddie into the ropes once again. Goes over the slam attempt and sends Rinauro into the buckle. Up and over he goes. But Jimmy Rave from behind with the Northern Lariat right to the back of the neck.
That's great teamwork right there. Cover.
Very cocky cover by Jimmy Rave as Prince Nana shouts instructions.
Jimmy Rave coming off that epic steel cage match at Nowhere to Run against CM Punk, losing that match even though he defeated CM Punk several times in that feud, a definite Feud of the Year candidate. Prince Nana with some words on the outside.
Now that cage match, finally CM Punk was able to get Jimmy Rave trapped in a small area and make him bleed and pay for everything that he did to Punk over that course of several months.
I still can't believe that superplex off the top of the cage. A superplex was never done like that in wrestling history before.
Now right now Fast Eddie with the boot right into the throat of Rinauro, just choking away at him. Draws a warning from Paul Turner.
You know, we were just talking about the Punk feud. Right now, the Embassy better be worried about Matt Sydal. Of course, he was part of that Air Devils debacle. But even more so, AJ Styles set to return to ROH. And you know that he'll be gunning after Jimmy Rave in the Embassy. And what's this?
Great agility from Rinauro, just jumping up to that top rope and connecting with the moonsault press. He's very worn down, needs to make the tag. El Generico wants in.
Jimmy Rave distracting Turner.
Didn't see the tag. Rinauro was able to make the tag, but the see it, he won't allow it. And right now it's Jimmy Rave and Fast Eddie going to work on Rinauro behind the referee's back as he forces Generico out to the apron.
And we just saw the growth and maturity of Jimmy Rave right there as Rinauro gets his foot on the rope to break out the 2 count. In the past, when Jimmy Rave was inexperienced, he might not have done what he just did, and what he did was pull Rinauro right into their corner, making any hopes of getting a tag impossible for Rinauro. A veteran move there from Jimmy Rave.
Rave just kicking away at the midsection and a chop across the chest of Rinauro. Now just measuring him for these punches. Snapmares Rinauro down to the canvas. Knee right into the back, stretching out those arms, trying to wear the man down. You can see Generico encouraging Rinauro to hang in there, stay in the matchup.
There is a lot on the line for El Generico and Rinauro in this match. If they were able to win, they will get future bookings in ROH. If one of them is pinned, you might not ever see him in ROH again. They are fighting for a job here.
Rinauro back to his feet, but 2 handfuls of hair and just throws Rinauro down to the canvas. Frequent tags on the side of the Embassy, looking good as a team in my opinion.
Fast Eddie now clubbing the back of Rinauro. Very deliberate offense, but notice once again Rinauro facing the wrong way. Any hopes of making a tag are impossible right now.
Really taking the energy out of him right here. You can see the expression of pain on the face of Rinauro as Fast Eddie tries to keep that knee square in the back. Rinauro fighting, trying to get out of this position and back to his feet.
Come on, Fast Eddie.
A lot of heart shown by Sal.
Off the ropes he comes, stuck in the clothesline. Cross body, but Fast Eddie just catches him up on the shoulders and down across the knee.
Cover.
Now Rinauro able to kick out. He wants that victory. He and Generico, not only would it be great for them to score a victory in their first outing as a tag team, but what would it mean if they were the ones that caused the Embassy to fall down the pecking order here in ROH?
Well, I'd love to see that myself. I'm supposed to be impartial, but after everything that Jimmy Rave and the Embassy did to CM Punk, it's hard to stay that way. Cover.
You gotta hand it to Rinauro hanging in there. They have effectively cut the ring in half and kept him away from Generico. Frequent tags again by the Embassy as Jimmy Rave back in. Shot to the midsection.
Rave very potent with those punches. Unleashing on Rinauro. He's taking a great deal of punishment.
Pulls Rinauro into the center of the ring. Crowd getting behind Rinauro here just outside of Buffalo, New York.
Rinauro showing some fight.
Shots to the midsection. Trying to fire back on Jimmy Rave. But one shot and down he goes once again. Jimmy Rave with Rinauro. Into the ropes he goes. Going for the hip toss. Right into a chin breaker over the shoulder. And makes the tag. El Generico up top. Big cross body. And Fast Eddie trying to break up that pin attempt. Elbow dropped his own partner. And right now it's El Generico going to work on both Rave and Fast Eddie.
Generico unleashing on Rave. Whips him in.
Big back body drop from the Masked Man. Tags Rinauro back in once again. Double team strategy by Generico and Rinauro right here. As Rave sent to the ropes. Double boot to the midsection. They both hit the ropes. Backbreaker from Jimmy Rave for Generico. And connects with gonorrhea. What? You heard me.
Rinauro back in, showing a lot of heart. He can taste the victory. He needs the victory.
Oh, the Phoenix Fury leg drop. Not enough to put away Jimmy Rave. Swats away the arm of Fast Eddie. Chop across the chest. And he holds on to the wrist and folds him in half with a modified Russian leg sweep. But he turned his back to Generico. He's trying to take the advantage right here on Fast Eddie. Into the buckle he goes. Generico may be looking for that running boot in the corner. And he connects full force with the face of Fast Eddie. But turn around, Generico. Jimmy Rave with the forearm to the back.
You better believe the Embassy isn't worried about AJ Styles right now. They need a victory.
Generico gets the elbow up into the chin. Now he's got Jimmy Rave. Right into the corner he goes. Generico contemplating his next move. And connects with the dive on Fast Eddie. And Rinauro lands the kick on Rave. Oh, so close.
I thought that was it. I thought we were going to see the major upset.
Both Rinauro and Generico looking good here as he kicks away at the head of Jimmy Rave. Forearm shot. Rave reverses the Irish whip. Off the ropes comes Rinauro through the legs of Jimmy Rave. Connects with the back kick. Running knee strike.
Oh no.
Looking for the Rave clash. And he hits it.
Very well executed. That's it, a victory for the Embassy, but what are they going to do when AJ Styles returns to Ring of Honor?
What a bitter feud we've had so far, Generation Next. Truly a fairy tale, wouldn't you say? Something I created turns against me. It bites me with very, very sharp teeth. So sharp that my arm gets fractured. And shots are fired in both directions. In fact, I came this close to unseating your champion, Austin Aries. And tonight, I have Rodrick Strong. I've done all I can. I've called upon the angels to lighten my load, and I've called upon the majors to end my general despair, and nothing has worked. I've got to do it on my own. So in a hospital in Buffalo, on a gurney, that's where Rodrick Strong's gonna be. An eye for an eye, Rodrick Strong. Or maybe a spine for a spine.
Introducing first, the accompanied by Cody and Lacey, weighing 172 pounds, representing Lacey's Angels, Cheech. Weighing 235 pounds, representing the Carnage Crew.
We are ready for a bonus attraction match. Loca, the Carnage Crew, finally returning to in-ring action here in ROH against Cheech of Lacey's Angels, and of course the beautiful and lovely Lacey in their corner, as well as Cloudy getting sent to the floor. And what's with Loca in that bottle of Jack Daniels?
Well, the t-shirt says it all. He's fat, he's drunk, he's pissed off, and Lacey's gonna piss him off even more right there.
There's Cheech making the save for his manager, business associate, whatever role she has.
Loke sent to the corner as Cheech connects with a shoulder block.
Now you might be asking yourself, where is DeVito tonight? DeVito, he had to take on extra hours at his regular job since he was off the ROH schedule. He's unable to be here tonight, but he will be back in action with Loke next week in New York when they take on the Ring Crew Express in a New York City street fight.
Cheech with the springboard into the side headlock.
Cheech having a little fun with this Buffalo area crowd. A great crowd we have here tonight.
Goes for the belly to back suplex. Lands on his feet. Nice agility from Cheech. Reversal of the web. Into the ropes he goes. Wheelbarrow suplex attempt. Into the Saito. Right on his neck.
Dunn Marcos preparing for a tag team title shot tonight, but boy, they were just brutalized at Manhattan Mayhem by Logan DeVito. Logan DeVito pissed off that they lost Scramble Cage to Dunn Marcos and were suspended for 90 days as a stipulation of the match.
Well, that certainly hurts the Carnage Crew financially if they're not able to be booked on the shows.
And they also had to hang out with their wives and kids more.
And I have seen what they look like.
And as a result, Logan DeVito are now fat, drunk, and pissed off.
And he's taken the fight to the floor. which is exactly where Loke is at home.
Fuck yourself, Buffalo!
You know, Loke was really getting into excellent shape about 6 months or so ago. Those 90 days off must have been really demoralizing to him, because look at him. It's pretty obvious he's done nothing but sit home and drink ever since he lost that scramble cage match at the 3rd anniversary celebration part 1.
Well, he's getting the job done right here thus far. Cheech in singles competition here. A little bit of faith shown by Lacey, putting him into this matchup.
You know, the Carnage crew are best when they're fat, drunk, and pissed off. Loke's proving that right here. I'd hate to be Dunn Marcos next week in New York.
She's trying to fire back. A couple of shots to the midsection of Loke. Reverses the whip once again. He's a big guy to set into the ropes. Catches the head and into the neck breaker.
Nicely done by Loke. We got a cover.
Able to get that shoulder up, count of 2.
Referee Bruce Gray right on top of the action. Lacey urging her man on. Of course, Deranged and Izzy not here tonight as for a bonus from Lacey. Deranged and Izzy getting rid of the team of Azrael and Dixie. She's got to be very happy with them.
A little bit of encouragement from Cloudy on the floor. He's the most shrewd businessman in Ring of Honor, apparently.
I guess so, secretary, personal assistant, whatever she's calling these guys.
I think Lacey's just toying with their heads. Punk had it right a couple shows ago. Nice missile drop kick from Cheech.
Cheech definitely showing some potential. We talked about young talent having a chance to shine on this show. That's exactly what Cheech is doing right now.
He's got Loke. Nope, reversal of the whip once again. Into the buckle goes Cheech. Looking for the sunset flip out of the corner, but Lacey has the attention of Bruce Gray. Oh, right on his head.
Lacey's got my attention too.
Well, he had him pinned right there, but the referee tied up with Lacey, and now Cloudy with the low blow from behind.
Is this part of the business plan?
I guess so.
Wow, nice double team. Bruce Gray not seeing any of it. We could have a major upset here.
Playing the numbers game here, Lacey's Angels get the advantage on Loke, and all the way up top goes Cheech. Shooting star press.
Beautifully done by Cheech. Looks like he landed hard on his ribs in the process.
Loke, right into a cradle. Oh, and that's 3.
That's the veteran experience of Loke. Paying off here. A good showing from Cheech, though. Hey, Cabana.
Yeah.
Cabana, are we going to get this Good Times Great Memories in?
Hey, Punk in here?
Cabana, we're going to do the Good Times Great Memories.
For Punk, man. Bunker! What's up? I need to talk to you. Alright. Oh, God. This is a big match. This is a big match. I need all your help, alright? It's a big match.
Tonight's a big match?
Me and you versus Nigel and Collyer. I'm telling you, I need your help, man. I need all the help I can get, alright? Alright?
Okay.
I mean, you can sit here, I know you're focused, man, but I need your help. All I can get, alright?
Okay, dude. You don't gotta say it another time, dude.
You know, when you were trying to get rid of Raven and all his problems in the Ring of Honor, dude, I was there to help you. No questions asked.
Did I say you weren't? Bro, I said
when you wanted to get rid of the prophecy, when you wanted to get rid of the prophecy and make the Saints the most dominant group there, I was there to help. No questions asked, man.
Okay.
Alright? When you wanted me to put a figure 4 on Terry Funk, I didn't ask your motives, I didn't ask your motions, I didn't ask your methods. I was there to help you.
Okay, so Nigel, Terry Funk, Prophecy, Raven, okay. Bro, I don't...
When you wanted to diminish the career of Ricky Steamboat, I was there to help you, Punk. And now, listen, man, we have a problem. I have a problem. Ring of Honor has a cancer in the locker room. Alright? America, as cheesy as that sounds, America has the cancer.
All right, look, problems. Okay, look, I'm not gonna jump down your throat, but problems is wrestling Austin Aries for a title shot and having a policeman in Rodrick Strong sent after you to try to break you in half before you get that title shot. Problems is not having to be able to beat anybody.
gave me a headbutt right to the forehead. And not only that, man, he kicked me right in the jump about 12 times.
A headbutt and a nut shot! A headbutt and a nut shot! You're gonna try to tell me that Chris Daniels and Austin Aries and Steamboat and everybody else ever given me amounts to what Nigel's done to you? I already said I would be there.
Listen to me, man. Stop saying aye. It's we. One time I asked you for help, punk. I need help. I need to get rid of Nigel McGuiness. I need to solve this problem, and I need you. That's all I'm asking for, punk. I need you to help me as a friend, as a saint, as a Chicagoan, as my best friend, punk. I need you to help me solve Nigel McGuiness' problem.
You gonna yell at me?
Please.
I told you I'd be there, and I'm gonna be there, okay? We're gonna solve this big problem. We're gonna solve this big problem. We're gonna solve this big problem. We need to do this. I'll be there. I'll be there. Trust me. No joke. This is what I'm saying. Trust me. No joke.
Introducing first, from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing 219 pounds, Kevin Steen!
Here's a match I'm really looking forward to. One of the founding fathers of ROH, as much as I'm ashamed to say it. The notorious 187 Homicide against one of wrestling's hottest prospects, Kevin Steen. And Steen better realize that Homicide's not going to follow the code of honor and shake hands.
Well, he's extending the hand. You want to talk about Ring of Honor giving opportunities to young wrestlers from around North America? Kevin Steen out of Canada has had some outings in Ring of Honor, made his ROH debut back at Do or Die 4, which just came out on DVD, taking on B-Boy. Of course, he was part of the Six-Man Mayhem at the Trios tournament, and then had a singles contest against Wardell Walker at Stalemate, but as of yet, has not picked up a victory in Ring of Honor competition. And tonight, he certainly has his hands full if he wants to walk away with his first with Homicide.
Well, if he's able to defeat Homicide, Kevin Steen is going to become a main eventer in one night. No doubt about that. And Kevin Steen has all the ability in the world as he goes airborne.
Trying to prove himself, takes Homicide down to the floor here at the Pepsi Center.
That's a big man to go airborne. Steen is definitely one of those guys to keep an eye on. He gets better and better with every outing. I think that you're going to see him mature a lot. He actually reminds me a lot of Rodrick Strong from about 2 years ago.
You can see the raw potential there. It just needs a little bit of seasoning, and it's exactly what he's getting.
Well, inexperience at the beginning of this match cost him. Homicide getting a jump on him, but Steen right now in control.
Nice agility back to his feet. Off the ropes he comes, and the front flip leg drop connects.
We got a cover.
But not hooking the leg, man. Only two.
Kevin Steen trying to think of what to come up with next, trying to follow up. He's got Homicide down. He's got him hurting. You have to follow up when you have Homicide like that.
It's a big test for Kevin Steen right here. Not only whether he can come up with a victory, but just how good of a showing he will put in against someone like Homicide, one of the top athletes on the ROH roster.
Homicide coming off that great feud against Bryan Danielson. That was absolutely brutal, that feud.
Connects with the kick. Out to the floor goes Steen. Classic Homicide right there with the toe pick on healer through the ropes and to the floor.
We saw Homicide put his body on the line against Bryan Danielson on several occasions. We saw Homicide put his body on the line for the world title, whether it's against Samoa Joe or Aries. Now he's putting his body on the line against Kevin Steen.
Referee asked him to bring it back inside the ring. Homicide taking his time up against the barricade and chops away at the chest.
Homicide plays by his own rules. He showed that at Manhattan Mayhem.
He's got Steen by the arm. And right into the barricade he goes.
I just saw some of the girls that used to be front row at every ECW show. It's great to see him here at Ring of Honor.
Come on, you can't win out here inside the ring.
Homicide now taking his time with Kevin Steen.
And again, not really paying much attention to what the referee is telling him. And again, right into the barricade goes Steen.
You think maybe Homicide is trying to send a message to Jay Lethal here? Of course, we know Jay Lethal had with that neck injury caused by Loki and Homicide. That double stomp cop killer combo at Manhattan Mayhem, the most dangerous move I've ever seen. But you know Jay Lethal will be back one day, and he will have his sights set on Homicide and Loki.
Kevin Steen firing back on Homicide. Next with a couple of chops, and now trying to send Homicide to the barricade. Not tonight! And look at the smile on the face of Homicide. He's just toying with it.
This is one sadistic individual, and he is proving it right here.
Paul Turner doing his best to try to reason with Homicide. Please bring it back inside the ring.
Of course, no countouts in ROH, but if you are out there for too long, the ref can DQ you.
Big clubbing forearm across the back. And grabbing hold of the ears of Kevin Steen, and finally decides, okay, now it's time. We'll bring it back inside the ring.
Homicide's just having fun out there, maybe a little bit too much fun, as Kevin Steen now mounting a comeback.
Yeah, he took his time jawing with that fan. It gave Steen an opportunity, and he's trying to seize this opportunity as he sends Homicide to the ropes. Goes for the lariat, but Homicide blocks it. Northern Lights suplex. Homicide gets his shoulder up.
Kevin Steen has a lot of high-impact offense, and he is trying to unleash it right here. Of course, with Homicide, you got to watch out for that lariat or the cop killer.
And of course, Steen likes to put that package pile driver to use, which Punk called the Mr. Peepers driver. I don't think that's very accurate, though. Into the buckle goes Homicide. Tosses him down, but back to his feet comes Homicide, and the big boot right to the mush.
Paul Turner just a 2 count, but Kevin Steen is getting a lot of 2 counts on Homicide here.
Oh, and Steen going to the eyes.
Maybe getting a little frustrated, or maybe showing Homicide that he can play that game too.
Yeah, he knows that Homicide will take shortcuts. Driving that shoulder into the rib cage of Homicide in the corner now. Steen backs him up. Sends him across the ring, into the buckle he goes. Gets the boot up into the face of Steen. Homicide now, second turnbuckle, swinging DDT.
Beautifully done by Homicide. Say what you will about him, but this is a pure athlete, and that was really a lot of grace shown with that DDT. Homicide proved against Bryan Danielson he can brawl with the best of them. In fact, perhaps the best brawler in the wrestling business today. But he can also fly, he can wrestle, he can do it all. And even strong style with that kick.
He's one of the most versatile wrestlers in wrestling today, not only here in Ring of Honor. Give him someone of any style of wrestling and he can adapt. That's what makes Homicide so dangerous. Neckbreaker coming up right in the center of the ring. Into the cover he goes.
Only a 2 count. What's next for Homicide and Ring of Honor? I can't wait. And I also can't wait to see Jay Lethal back in action.
Nice T-bone suplex right there. But only gets 2 out of it. Kevin Steen doing his best to try to make a name for himself here in ROH.
Well, Kevin Steen is one of those guys that needs a win here to get future bookings, although a loss to Homicide, it's not really going to hurt him that much. Mainly, he needs to have a good showing here, but if he does get a victory over Homicide, that'll propel him right into superstar status. That could give him some main events, and that'll definitely get him a lot of future bookings.
Yeah, despite not having the favorable win-loss record thus far in ROH, Kevin Steen has put in good showings thus far in all of his matches. As right now, off the ropes he comes, belly to belly over the head release suplex.
Homicide once again taking his time going for a cover.
Very cocky cover right there, though.
How the fuck you got your license? Shoulder up at 2.
And taking issue with Paul Turner's count.
Julius Smokes not making the trip to Buffalo as he is a wanted man in this area of the country.
Wanted man for what?
I'm not quite sure, nor do I want to know.
Yeah, I don't think I do either. Tying up Steen. Submission predicament right here.
Let's see if Steen can hang on. Very painful submission here as you see it's ripping at the arm. That hurts both the shoulder and elbow joints and putting a lot of pressure on the neck. Homicide going to the face, that insult to injury. Yeah.
Knee right to the forehead.
If that was a little lower on the eye, that would definitely cause the eye to swell up. Homicide now toying around, having fun.
Back Steen into the corner, chop right across the chest.
Steen is taking everything that Homicide is dishing out, though.
And he's firing back, chops of his own. And goes to the eyes of Steen, the great equalizer.
Homicide will take any shortcut in the book. And he'll even make up some of his own shortcuts.
Just pulling Steen back up. And one hand across the throat, choking away at Steen. Again, Turner trying to get in there, but Homicide doesn't listen. There is no authority with Homicide.
The Rottweilers call their own shots. Homicide, of course, the leader of the Rottweilers, the godfather of the Rottweilers.
Got Steen backed into the corner. Reversal of the whip, Homicide into the buckle. Steen comes charging into the boot. Second turnbuckle once again is Homicide. Leaps over, and Steen connects with the boot. See if he can follow up though. He's very worn down from Homicide's assault thus far in the matchup.
And Dave, look at Homicide clutching at his jaw, almost shaking it around to see if it's still in place.
He definitely caught that kick with full force, did Steen. Trying to pull himself up by the ring ropes as Homicide is back to his feet himself. Steen blocks and connects with a shot of his own. Another block and another connect of his own. Kevin Steen getting his second win here as he's got Homicide set to the ropes. Swings a clothesline, Homicide ducks, goes for the crossbody. Steen catches him. Wow. Cover. No, Homicide with the shoulder up.
I thought we almost had an upset there. High impact from Kevin Steen.
Needs to capitalize as he clubs down across the back of Homicide.
This is do or die time for Kevin Steen.
He's got the upper hand here as Homicide has had the vast majority of the offense in this matchup thus far. He's got Homicide on his shoulders, right across the knee.
Very impressive. Steen opting not to go for a pin though. Instead he's going up to the top. Oh, the beautiful moonsault gets him so close to victory.
Got a lot of height on that moonsault for someone the size of Kevin Steen. And someone the size of Kevin Steen crashing down onto Homicide, but he still is able to kick out.
Homicide is definitely hurting. He is in pain.
Steen may be looking for that package pile driver right here. Looking to finish off Homicide and get that big victory here.
Oh, he had it hooked. Homicide lowering his body weight, trying to block it. He's got him. No.
Homicide lands on his feet. Boot to the gut. Looking for the cop killer. No. Steen counters out of it. Step up Enziguri. Homicide out on his feet. More high impact cover. No, only 2. Steen not able to hit that package pile driver. Homicide not able to hit the cop killer.
Yeah, but look at Homicide. He is definitely hurting. He is not joking around. He's not playing around with the crowd anymore. Kevin Steen has definitely got his attention.
He's learning firsthand just what Kevin Steen is capable of in a wrestling ring as he plants Homicide with the body slam. Again, looking to take a chance. Kevin Steen gonna go up top.
Oh, he's taking too much time. This is inexperience right here.
Slowly all the way up top, and Homicide back to his feet, takes out the legs of Kevin Steen. Crotched on that top turnbuckle.
Homicide is just so quick. You cannot delay at all.
Ace Crusher off the ropes.
And he's signaling for the lariat. He's been a lot of people with this.
Winding up. Here comes Homicide.
Oh, Steen saves himself.
Off the ropes comes Steen. Homicide catches him and drops him chest first.
Dangerous! That was the hardest hitting lariat I've ever seen. Homicide scores the win. He better watch out for Jay Lethal though. Can we get a replay? There it is.
Oh! Homicide sending a message, making an example out of Kevin Steen here tonight.
Introducing first the challengers at a combined weight of 375 pounds, Dunn Marcos, the Ring Crew Express. At a combined weight of 416 pounds, they are the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, Jimmy Jacobs and B.J. Whitmer.
The code of honor is followed. The tag team titles are on the line. Jimmy Jacobs and B.J. Whitmer, the reigning champions, taking on the Ring Crew Express of Dunn Marcos. An opportunity of a lifetime for Dunn Marcos in their home area. They have their family and friends here tonight.
And they turn their backs on the champions as Jimmy Jacobs and B.J. Whitmer just pounding away at the Ring Crew Express.
Whitmer and Jacobs showing their aggressive side here. Dunn Marcos, though, fighting back.
Referee Bruce Gray in charge of the action. Needs to gain control. So we got all 4 men inside the ring here in the early going. Whitmer just pounding away on Dunn in the corner. Double team strategy by the champions. No, the Ring Crew Express. Counter with a double bulldog and the high five.
And one up high. A little air guitar and the challengers are looking good.
They look prepared for this tag team title shot here tonight. And Jimmy Jacobs and B.J. Whitmer have really proven to the people that might have doubted them just how good they are as a team since forming their team back in April.
That is right there. They had a lot of skeptics. The people thought when they defeated Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal for the vacant tag team titles at the Best of American Super Juniors tournament that it was a fluke. Since that time, they had that incredible match against Generation Next to Jack Evans and Rodrick Strong at Manhattan Mayhem. They came out victorious in that one, and then they defeated the Second City Saints of Ace Steel and CM Punk at the final showdown. Can Whitmer and Jacobs keep the streak going? You know, Dave, anytime you beat teams like Generation Next, the Second City Saints, Joe and Lethal, I mean, you can't doubt these guys after that.
Yeah, they've proven just how good they are, and on the surface it might sound a little weird, BJ Whitmer and Jimmy Jacobs, but Jimmy Jacobs, being a small competitor, has proven that he has a heart and a lot of determination, and he won't give up. He's a very tough individual, despite his size. And BJ saw that in him, and he makes a great tag team partner.
The Ring Crew Express of Dunn Marcos, of course, in the back of their minds, they're always going to be thinking about the Carnage Crew after that vicious attack at Manhattan Mayhem. Right now, though, they seem focused on the tag team titles, and well, they should be.
Oklahoma Roll gets an ear fall out of it. Marcos ringing away on the arm, hammerlock position. Takes him down with the legs into the cradle.
Marcos taking every opportunity to try to get the 3 count.
Couldn't get the hip toss. Staying on his feet, duck of the clothesline attempts, and connects with the drop kick. Right into the arm drag. Jacobs comes. Ring Crew Express looking good.
The Ring Crew Express, they've risen from the bottom ranks of ROH all the way up to this tag team title shot. And wouldn't it be something if they could win the belts in their home area in front of their family and friends in attendance tonight?
Gives them the added edge, and you know, just they might want to try a little bit harder just to do their hometown fans proud.
Done now. Working that arm, they're taking their time. A good veteran move here. They are in no hurry.
Jimmy Jacobs holds on to the wrist. Takes him down by the arm, does Dunn. Arm drag on Jacobs, holding onto that arm and barring it.
Well, you know, it's really been something to watch Dunn Marcos come in, and basically they're nothing but whipping boys. And they honestly, they weren't very good. But over the years, they've paid their dues on the Ring Crew. They've gotten better. They've learned lessons from some of the best in the wrestling industry. They scored that huge victory in Scramble Cage at the 3rd Anniversary Celebration Part 1, and now they've climbed all the way to possibly being ROH Tag Team Champions. What a rags to riches story that would be if they can win the belts.
Oh, they've truly developed right before our eyes. They are not the same Dunn Marcos that we saw back in 2002 and 2003. They have evolved into a very good tag team combination and a team worthy of holding those titles, as they've got the advantage right here. Nice Northern Lights suplex from Marcos.
They just made you look very good as you were saying that, Dave. That was a heck of a double team right into Northern Lights. Very nicely done.
Has Jacobs by the head. Vertical suplex coming up, and he gets it.
Jacobs needs to tag to Whitmer. Jacobs has taken a lot of punishment in there.
Frequent tags from the Ring Crew Express. Double team strategy once again. Belly to back positioning. Backbreaker down across the knee. And Dunn up top with the elbow.
He gets sky high with that top rope elbow cover. Bruce Gray just a 2 count.
Yeah, Jimmy Jacobs has been in the ring thus far in the match. Needs to make the tag to Whitmer.
Jacobs, he's showing that he can absorb a lot of punishment. But how much can he really take? He is taking a beating in there. Whitmer fresh on the outside like a powder keg ready to explode.
And he is the biggest man in this match.
And there's a blind tag, a mistake by Dunn Marcos there, whipping Jacobs into his own corner.
Double boots to the midsection of BJ Whitmer, ringing away on the arm. Little air guitar, but they give... Jacobs doesn't... Oh, he's playing the air guitar. Come on. Up top. And now they're hussing inadvertently.
And Jacobs wants Whitmer to huss.
There we go. That'll get him to start hussing.
Well, what's going on with the champions there? Roll up.
Oh, only 2.
These teams need to start getting on the same page here.
Marcos with BJ Whitmer. Trying to send him off the ropes. That's a big guy to do it, and a very powerful man. Finally able to do it. Goes for the drop kick. BJ held on. And a big boot takes him down to the canvas.
Whitmer making the most of his size advantage. And right now the champions are in control.
Tags Jimmy Jacobs To the top rope he goes. Double stomp down across the back of Marcos. Of course, we've seen an array of devastating maneuvers from Whitmer and Jacobs, including that Doomsday Rana off of the shoulders of BJ Whitmer, which has put away several teams here at ROH.
Hey, it pinned CM Punk, and it takes a lot to pin CM Punk. Ask Samoa Joe that.
Frequent tags from the champs. BJ back in as Jimmy Jacobs plants him with the body slam. Whitmer with the assist and power bombs his partner down on the chest for extra added impact. Dunn dives in to break up the pin attempt.
Whitmer and Jacobs once again shutting up the skeptics as they've really come together with some nice double team moves.
Hard chop across the chest of Marcos. Whitmer sends him in. Nothing but elbow right there. Whitmer with the cover.
Whitmer making sure he is also between Marcos and his corner. That is a big brick wall to try to get through if you're Marcos.
Jacobs tag back in. Whitmer snapmares him over. Shot to the backhand from the front from Jacobs. Nice combination from Whitmer and Jacobs right here. Again with the assist into the splash.
More nice double team work from the champions. Jacobs proved earlier he could take a lot of punishment, and Marcos do the same.
Firing back on Jimmy Jacobs. Gets a couple of shots, but Jacobs fires right back. And again, driving him right into the turnbuckle, keeping him away from making the tag to Dunn.
Excellent tag team wrestling there from Jacobs. It's all about ring presence, knowing where you are in that ring, where your corner is, where your opponent's corner is. Whitmer and Jacobs have shown that they have a very, very good knowledge of that. Meanwhile, Dunn and Marcos making a mistake earlier when they had Jimmy Jacobs down, whipping him into the ropes, Whitmer making the tag, and that could prove the difference in this one.
Solid chop from Whitmer in the corner, forearm combination. It's got Marcos now, sent to the buckle. Comes charging, oh, but he catches Whitmer's head, driving him right into the turnbuckle, and now going up top is Marcos. Cross body, but momentum rolls all the way through. Whitmer's got him.
This isn't going to be good for Marcos. Right down on his head. Marcos should have made the tag there instead of going to the top rope. The challenger's making a few mistakes in this one.
Well, Whitmer should have gone for the cover right away. Not able to put him away with that maneuver.
Of course, with BJ Whitmer, you have to watch out for that wrist clutch exploder.
Just elevating Marcos and dropping him down. Very close to the corner. Smartly pulling him away and back toward Jacobs. Double stomp down across the rib cage.
Jacobs almost cocky about it.
And now double stomps with the aid of the ropes. And the senton to follow up.
That could easily snap a rib or two. Marcos definitely having a hard time breathing after taking all those double stomps and the senton right on the rib cage.
Jacobs now with a modified version of a camel clutch right here. Putting pressure down on the back as well as the neck. As Bruce Gray checks on the condition of Marcos, and Dunn encourages him to stay in this thing. Back to his feet he comes. Elbows to the midsection of Jimmy Jacobs. Tries to hit the ropes, but Jacobs throws him right back down to the mat and follows up.
You heard the crowd. They wanted that tag. They want to see Marcos win the belts right here. Now BJ Whitmer just stomping away at Marcos.
Whitmer pulls him back up. Crowd getting behind the Ring Crew Express here in their hometown, here in the Buffalo area. Takes him over with the head scissors. Can he make the tag? He's got Whitmer down, crawling toward his corner. And he does! Dunn tagged in. Connects with the clothesline. And again. Dunn going to town on Jimmy Jacobs. Belly to back suplex. Right on his neck. Whitmer comes charging and tossed over the top and out to the floor.
This is a good opportunity for the Ring Crew Express. A Contra code.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, left. No. Puts a stop to that attempt. Shots to the back of Jimmy Jacobs.
A gory bomb.
Plants him chest first down to the canvas. Lateral press. But Whitmer breaks it up.
Come on now, guys. We need to get one in.
Can the Ring Crew Express neutralize the big man BJ Whitmer?
Turns his back to Marcos.
Marcos does not want to go forearm to forearm with Whitmer.
Not really having much effect on the big man.
Using his agility.
Ducking out of the path of Whitmer's attempts. Swinging DDT.
Beautifully done.
Nice double team from the Ring Crew Express. Jimmy Jacobs, boot to the gut. Series of kicks from the RCE. Assisted slice bread number 2.
Oh, they're feeling it. We could have new champions right here at Buffalo.
Connects with the senton off the shoulder.
Cover.
Now Whitmer from the floor, pulling the leg and breaking up the pin attempt.
Marcos connecting with a big drop kick right to the face of Whitmer. A baseball slide out of the ring, and what's Dunn Marcos set up for here?
They've got Jacobs down. They can feel it here.
They're going for that senton.
Took too much time. BJ Whitmer, with just a slap across the face of Marcos.
And what's this? Oh my God.
Exploder off the top.
Whitmer better watch out for Dunn though.
Looking for the double axe handle. Whitmer catches him and suplexes him right into the turnbuckle.
Can Whitmer follow up? Maybe he wants to go for the wrist clutch exploder. Hold on, Jacobs is ascending to the top rope.
They could be looking for that Doomsday Rana. He's got him up. Jacobs up top. And they get it.
Whitmer and Jacobs, another impressive victory. Dunn Marcos, a good effort, but they better start thinking about the Carnage crew.
just back yourself up. First things first, for you poor souls who don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. My name is Aries. I am the wrestling machine, and I am your ROH World Champion. You see, I'm the guy that beat Samoa Joe not once, but twice. I'm the guy who made Bryan Danielson pack his bags and leave Ring of Honor. I'm the guy who's taken this belt all over the country and all over the world and taken on the best. And tonight, I'm going to take Spanky, I'm going to break him in two, and I will continue my reign. But you see, Alex, there's one more person I am, and I'm the guy who took your spot as a leader in Generation Next. Cruiser Champion! Don't take the mic out of my hand until I'm done. Because you see, I'm going to give this choice to you one more time, once and for all. You can either walk out of this ring right now on your own power,
Get beat by a Smurf.
or you can get carried out of this ring after Rodrick Strong breaks your back.
I think I'll take my chances with Rodrick Strong. And you and I have our differences, and I'd like to say that's water under the bridge. But speaking of bridges, don't you have a bad neck? Maybe you shouldn't be out here, because last time I checked, Spanky's finisher, it hit right in this region. Maybe you have bigger things to concentrate on? That's what I think.
Listen, I don't know where you get your information. I don't know who you've been talking to, but my neck is just fine. I have no injuries. I don't know where this rumor got started, but I have no problem with my neck, and I have no problems kicking your ass.
Whoa! Austin Aries with some strong words for Alex Shelley. Shelley, though, sending them both to the floor. Another Generation Next attack, thwarted by Alex Shelley.
Well, if Austin Aries knows what's good for him, he'll get away from ringside and save his neck from further damage, as he has to defend that title later tonight.
I don't think Aries is going to have much choice. Todd Sinclair ejecting him from ringside.
Well, it's in his best interest to leave ringside.
This feud keeps getting more and more violent. Alex Shelley saying that it's going to end with somebody going out on a stretcher. Strong and Aries saying the same. And I think this match is finally underway.
Takes him down to the floor here as Alex Shelley going to work on Rodrick Strong, reverses the whip. And Shelley hard into the barricade.
Wow. Alex Shelley looks like he's measuring Rodrick Strong for something else after backdropping him into the crowd.
Right into someone's lap.
I think Strong's hightailing it out of here. Strong has taken a walking tour of the Amherst Pepsi Center.
Well, Shelley's really shown a lot of fire here in the early going.
Strong words from both sides here. Alex Shelley, the former leader of Generation Next, he has a point to prove. This feud keeps getting more and more violent. Alex Shelley wants to put out Generation Next. Generation Next wants to do the same to Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley has been getting a one-up on him in attacks lately. We saw that clip during Alex Shelley's ring entrance. Alex Shelley outsmarting the men that he put together. At the same time, Austin Aries scoring that big victory over Shelley at Manhattan Mayhem. Alex Shelley coming back with a huge win over Rodrick Strong and Dayton at the final showdown, and now we have the rematch.
Shelley just repeatedly tossing Rodrick into that barricade. And one more for good measure. Pulling him back up. And again landing in the front row.
And those are some hard chairs to land on if you notice, the wooden kind of chairs here.
Shelley just launches himself off the barricade.
He is putting his body on the line. as he whips Rodrick Strong right into that hockey railing. What's this?
Hooked him like for shell shock, face first into the boards.
Is that a penalty?
Todd Sinclair needs to lay down the law.
Fucking wipe that off.
Alex Shelley now pummeling Rodrick Strong back into the ringside area.
Rodrick Strong having second thoughts about taking the action away from the ring. As again, Shelley just sending him right into the barricade.
So many issues here. Alex Shelley was the one who put together Oscar's Rodrick Strong as Generation Next and Jack Evans. He led them to some of their great victories. He put them on the map, only to get ousted by Generation Next at Final Battle 2004. And what a suplex into the crowd.
Start taking bets on how many more times he's going to toss him over the guardrail and into the front row.
And how many different ways.
Face full of chair for Rodrick Strong, trying to climb his way out.
Strong has taken a beating in this one.
Boot to the midsection of Shelley, and now Rodrick chopping away at the chest and clubbing down across the back.
The fans in the bleachers getting a front row seat here in the Buffalo area.
Oh, big boot right to the face. Oh, Rodrick with the momentary advantage.
Rodrick Strong has been absolutely crippling with the backbreakers in his new submission hold lately. Just ask James Gibson at the Best of American Super Juniors tournament.
There's that modified Boston Crab with the knee right into the back as he holds onto the legs. Does a lot of damage to the back as if his variety of backbreakers didn't do enough.
Just ask Homicide from Back to Basics. What a match that was. Rodrick Strong really coming into his own in 2005.
Dropping Shelley right across that barricade.
Todd Sinclair letting it go. He knows these two have an issue to settle. He's not going to disqualify him for being out there. The brawl now going back over to the aisleway.
Back into the aisle they go. Down comes one of the barricades. As Rodrick pulling Shelley again away from the ring. Oh! Right down onto the steel goes Rodrick. Face first.
These guys are just tearing up the Amherst Pepsi Center. Shelley now back in control, spitting in the face of Rodrick Strong.
Well, this is more of just a fight than a wrestling match in comparison to their war in Dayton.
Both these guys have one goal, and that is to cripple the other, to put them out of action. Strong back suplexed into the crowd.
In the ring now.
One more time.
Get in the ring.
Are you keeping score? I haven't been.
Backdrop suplexes, back suplexes. Alex Shelley looking a little tired, a little worn down. So is Rodrick Strong.
And he goes soaring.
Once again, Shelley going airborne on Rodrick Strong. Alex Shelley taking out his frustrations from coming so close to winning the ROH World title at Manhattan Mayhem and losing.
All right, Shelley.
Chopping away at Rodrick, firing right back as they exchange forearms amongst the fans here at ringside. Rodrick with some of the most hard-hitting chops you will see out of anyone in Ring of Honor.
You definitely don't want to get into a chop fest with Rodrick Strong. Shelley knew that, that's why he went to the eyes. Think we'll finally get this match in the ring?
I don't think so. Well, face first into the edge of the ring apron.
They're almost in the ring.
Almost. On the apron, though. DDT on the apron.
And there's nothing but steel right there on that lip of the ring.
Come on, Rodrick. I thought you were going to break my back.
Alex Shelley taunting Rodrick Strong, spitting on him again. Nonchalantly tossing that water all over a fan.
Rolls Rodrick back inside the ring. Shelley now up to the top. Into the flying body press. Gets an ear fall out of it.
And they are finally in the ring. Alex Shelley, great success so far with his aerial tactics.
Flying knee strike. It's not too often that you see Alex Shelley go with an aerial offense. He's more known as a ground-based wrestler.
He's been very effective with it thus far.
Changing it up a little bit.
Once again, Alex Shelley outsmarting Generation Next. Alex Shelley now methodical, thinking of his next move. Of course, you got to watch out for shell shock and the Border City stretch from Alex Shelley.
Side Russian leg sweep from Shelley.
Nice pinning caught. No, into a submission.
Todd Sinclair checking on Rodrick Strong.
Shelley going to the face. That's illegal.
I don't think he cares about rules at this point. It's all about sending a message, proving a point.
Oh, and he's trying to do that by twisting the nose off of the face of Rodrick Strong. Now, what was he doing there? Tearing at the mouth? Cover!
Like a modified fish hook.
Todd Sinclair with the 2 count.
Variations of several different submission holds in Alex Shelley's repertoire. Various variations of the fish hook. He has all sorts of ways of tying up the nose.
Alex Shelley, very innovative. We saw that against Jack Evans in their matches together, particularly the ones in Chicago.
Second rope moonsault. More aerial offense. But Rodrick kicking out.
Jack Evans currently in Japan. That's why he's not here in Buffalo right now. Wow, I still can't get over the way Alex Shelley stretching Jack Evans all over the place. Strong fights back.
Stretching Jack Evans in ways that the human body shouldn't be bent.
Alex Shelley very dangerous, unleashing a chop on Rodrick Strong. Strong needs to start mounting some offense soon, as this match has been very one-sided. Alex Shelley's brawling and aerial tactics, keeping Strong off guard. Once again going up.
No, caught on the shoulders of Rodrick. Wiggles his way out of that position, connects with the boot to the midsection, has the head, tornado DDT, no! Rodrick blocks, going for it again, but this time into the backbreaker right over the knee. Puts a stop to Shelley's offense.
One mistake and the momentum of the match has changed. Rodrick Strong so dangerous when it comes to working on the back.
There's a reason why he's called the Messiah of the backbreaker. It's because he can pull you out of almost any position and drop you down across that knee, doing damage to that back, softening the man up for that modified Boston Crab with the knee right into the spine.
He is just twisting and dismantling spines here in ROH.
And just standing on the sides of faces here in ROH. Draws a warning from Todd Sinclair. Butterflying the arms of Shelley. Butterfly suplex from Rodrick.
Cover.
Not hooking the leg, only gets 2.
We've also seen Rodrick Strong really grow as a wrestler in the past 6 months, as he's really gained a lot of ring awareness, ring smarts. And Shelley, though, look at that. He's trying to fire himself up. He's not going to take it.
Rodrick Strong hitting very hard down across the back and firing away on the side of the head. Pulls Shelley back up against the rope, sends Shelley off. Nice drop kick, great elevation.
Strong proving what kind of athlete he is. Cover.
Too close to the ropes. Shelley able to grab hold of the bottom rope to break the pin attempt.
Can Rodrick Strong cripple Alex Shelley? Can Shelley do the same to Strong? That's what this match is all about. It's about hatred.
Shelley doing his best to shrug off these blows from Strong. Back to a standing position, firing away on Rodrick. Forearm shot from Strong. Shelley dishes it right back out. Forearm exchange between these two former partners. Knee to the midsection from Strong.
I didn't think their match could get more intense than it was at the final showdown, but it is right here in Buffalo.
Waistlock by Rodrick. Shelley trying to put on the brakes. Goes a little bit low.
Classic Alex Shelley tactics right there. Todd Sinclair giving him a warning. Sinclair would have every right to DQ him if he wanted to, but again, he's letting them settle their grudges as Shelley spitting and slapping Rodrick Strong.
Shelley drives the back of Strong into the buckle. Pulls him back out. Hooks that head. Tornado DDT. This time he gets it. But favoring that back as Rodrick has been devastating it with his offense thus far. Shelley with the cover.
That is a very bad sign for Alex Shelley fans if he is clutching his back like that. You cannot afford to have an injured back in the ring with Rodrick Strong. Both men. Oh, what's this?
Another backbreaker. Right over the knee of Rodrick.
Rodrick Strong driving that knee into the spine of Alex Shelley. And Shelley now trying to fight off.
Rodrick with the knee into the back, stretching out on those arms, putting a lot of pressure on that bad back. We can see a submission right here. Wrapping the legs around the back of the neck. Looks like a full Nelson with the legs from this position by Rodrick.
He's also pulling back on the arms, turned into a pinning combination. Yes!
The shoulders down, but only for two. Right into a camel clutch.
And now he's basically sitting on the lower back of Alex Shelley.
But Shelley not giving it up. Trying to dig down for some energy. And work his way out of this position if he can. Elevating Rodrick. He's still got him on his back. Back hack chin breaker. Excellent counter from Shelley.
Can Shelley follow up? He does with a pin attempt. 2 count only.
Still clutching away at that back.
He can't even afford to show that weakness to Rodrick Strong.
Both men physically spent by this point in the matchup. They brawled around this building, several shots into the guardrail, all over the Pepsi Center here outside of Buffalo. They've taken the action inside the ring, gone hold for hold, and both men having trouble even standing up at this point.
And look at the faces of these great fans here in Western New York. A lot of fans down from Toronto. They're absolutely glued on the action here in Ring of Honor.
Rodrick grabbing hold of the head of Shelley, pulling him to a standing position, forearm shot.
Strong can't even stay, or excuse me, Shelley can't even stand up.
2, 3, 4.
Strong taking the opportunity to choke Shelley out in the ropes.
And again, clubbing away at the back. Half Nelson backbreaker, no. Shelley down to one knee. Several shots across that back, trying to get the hold.
The half Nelson backbreaker is perhaps the most devastating backbreaker Rodrick Strong doesn't. No, Shelley reverses out of it.
Countered into the arm drag, but left that back wide open. Waist lock, elbows now to the side of the head of Strong. Shelley. Shell shock.
It took 2 shell shocks to pin Rodrick Strong and Dayton. Shelley, though, unable to follow up, clutching at that back.
So worn down, can't go for the cover.
At the final showdown, Shelley was able to hit 2 of those in quick succession. That puts Strong down for the 3 count. Shelley, though, using the shell shock as a desperation move right here.
Crowd encouraging Shelley to get back to his feet. Rodrick ducks the attempt, lands the big boot right to the face.
Cover.
But no, Shelley not staying down. Strong connects with a shot. Shelley elevates him, atomic drop. Inverted atomic drop this time. Big clothesline. Again, doing whatever he can to fight off Rodrick Strong so that he can't go for any more of those backbreakers.
Oh, Shelley's feeling the adrenaline now.
Getting his second win here as he pulls Strong back up off the canvas. Rodrick set into the buckle. Shelley comes charging. Double knees right to the chest. Charges once again, this time with the drop kick. Favoring that back, but he's got to keep the offense coming.
And he can't show his weakness to Rodrick Strong. Strong will take advantage of that. Don't forget, Alex Shelley has no friends in that locker room to help him either. He is doing it on his own.
Going for the suplex, but can't get it because of that bad back.
Oh, it is just aching. It is just screaming in pain right now.
Rodrick now going for the suplex. Shelley trying to use his leverage to block. Step up enziguri. Right upside the head.
Strong is woozy.
Golden Gate swing.
Cover.
No, only 2.
Both these men might be just one finishing maneuver away from victory here. Both men are definitely worn down, definitely feeling the bumps and bruises, aches and pains of this grueling contest.
That adrenaline still pumping through Alex Shelley as he sends Rodrick into the buckle once again. Charges in. Up on the shoulders. 2 knees right into the midsection of Shelley.
So impressive how Strong just scooped him up there.
Misses the big boot. Super kick from Shelley connects. Rodrick connects with the boot to the back, driving Shelley face first into the turnbuckle.
And let's see if Strong can follow up here.
Pulling Shelley away from the ring ropes.
Oh, he might be going for that submission. Oh no, going for a full Boston Crab.
Traditional Boston Crab doing damage to that back. Can Shelley hang in there? Trying to crawl toward the ropes to force a break. And he does.
Shelley in a lot of pain. Strong looking frustrated.
He's got to go for that Boston Crab with the knee into the back. Shelley trying to fight his way out of this. Cartwheel, staying on his feet is Strong.
Very impressive from Strong. And what's this?
Border City stretch.
He's got it cinched.
Shelley cranking back. Can Rodrick hang in there? Maneuvers his way out of it. Shelley takes him back down to the canvas. Elevates him. Inverted DDT. Pulls him back up. Again driving him down.
Cover. No.
Not able to put him away.
So close. Shelley, he's got to think about going for the Border City stretch again. Oh, he's going airborne again, perhaps. This was very effective from him earlier in the match.
Shelley taking another chance. See if this aerial offense can pay off and get him the victory. Frog splash and a beauty. But no, he gets his shoulder up. Right into the Border City stretch once again.
He's got Strong close to the middle of the ring with it. Strong trying to inch his way to the ropes to get out of this very painful hold.
He gets his leg to the bottom rope, forcing a break. Todd Sinclair applies the count and Shelley releases.
Oh, Shelley's back is in really bad shape here.
But he does have Strong down. Shelley needs to follow up. He needs to capitalize. He has the advantage. Looking for the kick. Strong back to his feet. Catches the leg into another vicious backbreaker.
Oh, somehow Shelley kicks out. How did he do it?
Release suplex.
Strong putting together a flurry here. There's the half Nelson backbreaker.
That could be it. 1, 2, and that is
just too much for Alex Shelley.
He fought all match to get the half Nelson backbreaker, finally did, and it earned him the victory here against Shelley.
And here comes Aries rolling up the sleeves, and what's that in his hand? Looks like some sort of a pipe.
Oh no, what could he have in mind?
Oh, he jabs it right into the lower spine.
And Shelley didn't even see it coming.
Shelley's got no friends in the locker room. He's got no one to help him.
Oh no, going for that Boston Crab with that pipe.
Someone's got to make the save for Shelley here. They said they were going to cripple Shelley, and that's what they're doing right here. No one's saving Alex Shelley. Of course, Shelley alienated the entire locker room with his tactics as leader of Generation Next. No one has forgiven him. Strong and Aries are going to end his career here. Here come the refs at least.
If nobody else is going to put a stop to this, hopefully they'll listen to reason from our officials.
It might be too late, Dave. I think the damage was done. That pipe just driven across the spine of Alex Shelley.
Oh no, and again!
This is uncalled for.
Get Shelley out of the ring.
Look at Shelley, he's not moving. Oh yeah, Aries and Strong are so proud of themselves. They just put out Alex Shelley, and we have a situation on our hands here. You know, say what you will about Alex Shelley, you don't want to see this happen to any athlete. You don't want to see anyone's livelihood ending. A great match, and now, and they've ruined it.
Disgraceful actions on the part of Generation Next.
It is intermission time here in Buffalo. We have an update on Jay Lethal. You're looking at a clip from the Trios tournament on March the 5th when Lethal was attacked by an unknown assailant. Since that time, we have learned that Low-Key was the one behind this attack. Jay Lethal has been out of action with a neck injury at the hands of Homicide and Low-Key that occurred at Manhattan Mayhem on May the 7th. Lethal is recovering well, but has not received clearance to wrestle yet. However, Lethal will be in Manhattan next week when ROH returns to New York City. Jay Lethal says he is coming for revenge. Stay tuned until next week.
One more time. Go. Fuck. Come on, quick. Come on. Slow. Careful. Slow. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Stop. What are you doing? Leave him alone. Don't. Stop. Run the stretcher. Idiot! You're the idiot! Don't fucking touch me! Fuck, get the fuck up! Fucking idiot! Careless motherfucker! You careless prick! Come on! It's over, you careless prick! Fucking hate you! He's one of your fucking backbreakers! Fucking retard! Get out of here now!
God, you guys are unbelievable, huh? You went out there and you took those two hebs out like it's nothing, huh? I guess the spots with Ring of Honor is out the window, huh? But the spot that I'm looking for you guys to bring to the embassy is the World Tag Team titles. Can you guys do that? Can you do it? Huh? All right, give me a high five. Tonight I'm gonna take you two out to New York City. We're gonna party like this. Right. Hey, shut your face. I'm talking to them. We're going to party like it's 1979, huh? There you go, my friend. Huh?
What about AJ?
Oh, my friend, listen, you don't have to worry about him. Prince Nana has it under control.
You got him, Jimmy. You got him.
Hey, shut your face, huh? I keep telling you, huh? How can you interrupt me? Huh? How can you interrupt me? Go on with what you are saying, huh?
No, I shouldn't have to wrestle him ever again, right?
Oh, listen.
I mean, I beat him in Dayton.
Jimmy Rave, you know better than anybody what it means to be a crown jewel, huh? Yeah. You beat AJ Styles at his game. We will handle him when it gets time for that. But right now, the focus is the embassy. The focus is you guys bringing us a title, and that is what is going to end up happening. Give me a high five one more time. There you go, guys, huh?
New York City, huh?
You know what? A matter of fact, huh? A matter of fact, since you want to be so disrespectful to me, get your ass out to my hotel now and get the bath water ready, huh? Make sure that the soap is in there. Make sure that you are in there and that we are taken care of. Am I clear? Am I clear? Get your ass out of here. Guys,
New York City.
New York City, here we go. Hey!
Tell her I like lavender soap. There you go. It's good for my skin.
Go, one more. Come on. Hey!
Come on, now. Get it out of here, guys. Let's get it out of here.
Come on, Aries. No, man.
Knock it off. Put his hands back on the
Let's get it out of here, guys. Pick it up. You gotta get it.
Get it back up. Get it back up.
Get back up there.
We are back from intermission with an elimination three-way dance. The theme of the night has been young talent given a chance to prove themselves. And we got three of them right here with the mysterious masked New York City superstar, of course wearing the mask. Shane Hagadorn in the singlet, and Davey Andrews. Hagadorn and Andrews graduates from the first class of the ROH Wrestling School.
The masked New York City superstar, one of the top up-and-coming prospects in professional wrestling, getting an opportunity to shine here in Buffalo.
Are you sure about that, Dave?
Look at the fancy footwork on this part.
Hagadorn and Andrews, they made it through the ROH Wrestling School. Now they will get an opportunity in the ROH ring. This crowd seems to be into the superstar.
You know, CM Punk has, on several occasions, referred to Davey Andrews as possibly his top student out of that first class. It's a good opportunity right here for him to show what he can do. Elimination style in this three-way.
You know, the next class of the ROH Wrestling School is about to get underway as the second class is about to graduate, so you might see some of those students in the ring pretty soon. And if you're interested, of course, check out ROHWrestling.com as we see some nice teamwork.
Teamwork from the students as Andrews connects with the knee off the top rope and clubbing down across the back of the superstar.
Wherever the masked New York City superstar went to school, I guess he didn't teach him much about gear. That's what's this, Hagadorn now pushing Andrews out of the way.
And he's gone. His wrestling ability was about equal to his mask design ability.
You know what though, this crowd is booing, they liked him, but oh, we got a roll up. Ball Turner with just a 2 count.
And now it comes down to Hagadorn and Andrews. Face to face they come. You know that they've squared off with one another in the past in training.
I've seen it myself. I've seen them train together. Of course, the ROH Wrestling School features a gym. I've seen them in that gym. And Andrews now slapping the heck out of the ear of Shane Hagadorn.
Connects with the drop kick to the side of the head.
And he's going right after the ear of Hagadorn. Ball Turner calling for a break. That could easily cauliflower the ear.
Superstar slowly making his way back through the curtain. Get him next time. Andrews pulling him back up. Snapmares Hagadorn down to the canvas. Face first and just holding the head as he drives the knee.
High impact there from Davey Andrews. I see a lot of potential in both these young athletes. And they've only had about 20-25 matches under their belt as they are beginning to get more experience in ROH and around the independent circuit. So can you imagine how good these guys are going to be in maybe a couple of years when they have a couple of 100 matches under their belts?
Well, CM Punk taught them properly, not only the discipline in terms of training, but that what you got to do when you're first starting out in wrestling is accept wrestling bookings wherever you can across the independent scene. Get that valuable experience, not only here in Ring of Honor, but elsewhere as well. They're getting their seasoning, and they had the tools from CM Punk and the ROH Wrestling School to launch their careers.
They have definitely paid their dues so far. One of the advantages of going to the ROH Wrestling School is also you get a lot of behind-the-scenes experience at Ring of Honor shows. And not only that, but you get to meet a lot of great athletes. In fact, you got a lot of great athletes coming to the ROH Wrestling School just to train. I mean, these guys have had a chance to train with Aries, Samoa Joe, among others.
And you never know who might show up for some guest training every now and again.
Yeah, we have had some surprises there that we can't mention on air as they are under contract to different promotions. As right now we have a kick out from Davey Andrews.
Hagadorn pulling him back up.
I think Hagadorn's ear might be cauliflowering up.
Belly to back suplex drops him down, but quickly grabs hold of the head of Hagadorn.
And there's those fundamentals, a beautiful headlock right on the ear, grinding the ear of Shane Hagadorn.
Cranking back on it, Hagadorn can give it up right here as Paul Turner asks if he needs to submit.
Once you get a cauliflower ear, it does not go away.
holding onto that headlock.
Just ask Chad Collyer that.
Hagadorn trying to send Andrews off the ropes, but holds onto the headlock and keeps him in the center of the ring.
These two know their strengths and weaknesses. They know what it takes to win, and look at Andrews, an elbow right directly on the ear.
Well, CM Punk taught him properly how to apply the headlock. As right now, shoulders to the midsection of Andrews. Hagadorn, reversal of the Irish whip. Hagadorn takes the buckle. Andrews comes charging right into the boot.
Right now, Hagadorn has to hit some big offense as he is definitely in a lot of pain as he keeps feeling that ear.
Well, if you're Shane Hagadorn, I'm sure you're sick of hearing everyone say how Davey Andrews is the top student. He's got something to prove right here, just to shut up everybody that keeps saying that he's inferior to Davey Andrews.
You're right about that, and meanwhile, Davey Andrews trying to kick his ear off. Going right back to that headlock, pulling back, wrenching it in.
Andrews very focused in that matchup. Gets the victory.
Is Chad Collyer calling CM Punk a hippie?
He's not a hippie. He'll punch you in the face, you punk.
And we have an icy stare down there with Nigel McGuinness and Colt Cabana. No love lost between these two. And of course, that is what has led to this tag team match. Let's see if we get a handshake here. Yes, we do. There's been a lot of harsh words exchanged between the two and some shady tactics. Last time these two were in the ring, Nigel McGuinness headbutting Colt Cabana right in the face, busting him open, and then nailing a low blow, and it was done on purpose, getting the victory over Cabana with the low blow.
No, it was definitely intentional. As right now it's just breaking down between McGuinness and Cabana, just turning into an all-out fight. Here they're only going.
Well, we are not seeing that European-style wrestling we normally do out of these two, as this feud has simmered and it's exploded right here. It looks like Punk's trying to cool his partner down.
And it's the same with Collyer.
We gotta get an actual wrestling match going on here. Cabana and McGuinness started out with a great European-style wrestling match in the third anniversary, part 2. Since that time, they've gone on each other's nerves. They were tag team partners. Nigel McGuinness blaming Colt Cabana for the fact they did not win the tag titles at Back to Basics, saying Cabana was too busy having fun, horsing around. Cabana, since that time, has made even more fun of Nigel McGuinness, making fun of his English accent. Then in Manhattan, at Manhattan Mayhem, Nigel McGuinness getting the victory after a questionable, and I gotta believe it was accidental, low blow on Colt Cabana. Cabana feeling otherwise, making fun of McGuinness some more. And then at Nowhere to Run, it was Colt Cabana losing to Nigel McGuinness after, well, what was a very much on-purpose low blow. You saw some highlights of that during the ring entrances of these two teams.
Well, we got Cabana and McGuinness on the outside, Punk and Collyer inside the ring. No real issue between these two men, but they are frequent tag team partners of those with the issue. As right now, Collyer chopped on the back of his head.
Well, we saw the Good Times, Great Memories earlier tonight, not quite happening, as Cabana and Punk having some words in the locker room. Cabana basically telling Punk, hey, I've been there at your side so many times, I need you there now. Punk though agreeing, and now we have the two-time former ROH Tag Team Champions together against Chad Collyer and Nigel McGuinness.
Collyer had his back turned, Punk trying to go for the rollout, but Collyer caught that.
Collyer and McGuinness could also be in line for a tag team title shot if they were able to defeat Punk and Cabana here. Of course, Chad Collyer defeating Jimmy Jacobs at Nowhere to Run in a singles match. That could put you right into title contention right there, and if you beat a two-time ROH Tag Team Champions, that would definitely put you in the title contention.
Of course, James Gibson also coming up with a victory over E.J. Whitmer, so, he could be looking to go after those tag team titles himself.
Yeah, and he has said he wants Spanky as his partner, and we even saw some words between Gibson and Collyer at Nowhere to Run.
Punk holding on to the wrist lock on Chad Collyer. Collyer rolling forward. Breaks free, takes out the leg of CM Punk. Going right back to that wrist.
Chad Collyer is just so fundamentally sound. An odd individual, but very fundamentally sound. A great pure wrestler. Him and Nigel McGuinness make a great team.
Provide applied by Nigel McGuinness on Punk.
CM Punk has been the subject of a lot of rumors lately, as he is right now the hottest commodity in wrestling. NWA, TNA, All Japan, and WWE all having interest in CM Punk. However, Punk says his independent wrestling career will not be complete until he wins the ROH World title.
Nigel talking a little trash in the direction of Colt Cabana on the apron, still holding on to Punk's head with that cravat.
He is just wrenching it.
Back into the center of the ring, he brings him.
CM Punk, he really has his sights set on Austin Aries and that world title. Doing Colt Cabana his best friend a favor here.
We'll see if Austin Aries can even leave tonight here outside of Buffalo. Still champion, as he still has that title defense against Spanky to come later on tonight.
Well, I don't think Punk, what's this?
Put the hands up. Don't connect it. He's going on the end. He's what? He's going to go to your leg. Don't go up. Don't go up. There you go.
Cabana trying to give Punk some advice to no avail.
Trying to be a good coach on the apron, but Punk not really following that advice too closely.
As I was about to say, I don't think Punk really cares if it's Spanky as world champion, if it's Aries as world champion. He wants that world title. It's the only thing he has not done on the independent wrestling scene is be ROH world champion.
Nice side headlock takeover by Punk. Nigel quickly working his way out of it. Again with the headlock takeover. Again with the leg scissors. Both men back to their feet. Nigel going to the midsection of Punk.
Almost a low blow there.
And the European uppercut sends Punk up against the ropes. Nigel sends him off. No, reversal of the whip. Nigel into the ropes, and Cabana with the knee right into the back from the apron.
And there they go at it again.
And again, turning right into a fight.
Oh, this thing is just exploding before our eyes right here.
We saw so many great wrestling matches. Good hold-for-hold action between these two, European style, and now it's just turning into straight-out fights between them.
These two have wrestling clinics, particularly that one at the 3rd Anniversary Celebration Part 2. But it's obvious it's gone way beyond that right now. These two have an issue that needs to be settled. Their partners, once again, trying to cool them down, trying to get back to having a good, solid wrestling match here. Referee Bruce Gray having a tough time in this one. I mean, this one's supposed to be about wrestling, not about hatred, especially with Punk and Collyer in there.
Come on, Nigel.
Well, looks like we got Punk and Collyer once again. Keeping Nigel and Cabana out on the apron. Try to turn this thing back into a tag team wrestling match. Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Chest to chest they go in the center of the ring. Punk rolls back. Kicking away at the arm of Collyer. Takes him down by the arm, holding onto the wrist. Rolling forward is Punk.
Should also be interesting to note that Colt, Cabana, and Nigel McGuiness both want pure title shots. They pretty much need a victory here in order to get in line for a pure title shot. CM Punk cannot afford to lose, or that would definitely derail his quest to win the ROH World title. Chad Collyer, he wants to win with Nigel here so they can get into the tag team title picture. A lot at stake in this match. Then you got the whole pride and hatred issue between Cabana and McGuiness.
Punk with a nice arm drag, barring that arm as Collyer back to his feet. Punk still holding onto the wrist and driving that arm across the shoulder. Cabana tags himself in. Goes right to work on the arm of Collyer.
Cabana's definitely fired up.
Yeah, he just wants Nigel in the ring.
Collyer trying to, with a kick to the stomach area of Cabana. Cabana very agile for a big man, showing it here. And there's some of that great European style wrestling.
There's that arm tied up with the legs.
You want to talk about a guy that's really changed his game and improved it. That's Colt Cabana with this European styling in his repertoire.
But he hasn't gotten serious, and that's what sort of irked Nigel McGuiness.
Well, he likes to have a joke around. He likes to have a good time.
But the key is with Colt Cabana, you can have a good time and also have a competitive wrestling match and use that European style against someone like McGuiness. And that's what's so frustrating to Nigel. As right now, Cabana with the leapfrog on Collyer. Staying on his feet, good agility by Cabana, going for the uppercut, but Collyer takes out the leg and twisting away on the foot.
Cabana now trying to make his way over to his corner or the ropes to get out of this hold.
You think this hurts my leg, don't you, Nigel?
Chad Collyer is just so good. He is definitely someone I would like to see more of in ROH.
Cabana rolling, trying to roll out of it, and he finally does. Breaks free of the grasp of Collyer. And Cabana wants Nigel in that ring.
We have some very harsh words being exchanged there. And there's Collyer from behind.
Yeah, but Collier's the legal man in the matchup. Gets the hip toss on Cabana, takes him down.
Yeah, Cabana better get his mind off McGuiness and get it on Collyer.
And this time Nigel trying to go for the knee into the back of Cabana, but he saw that coming. And now once again, just going right after Cabana.
That's breaking down again.
Not tagged into the matchup, but again, it's just turning into a fight. And neither Punk nor Collyer know what to do.
Punk's telling him to let it go. Punk's down Collyer. Let them fight if they want to fight.
Well, Punk turns his back to Collyer. You don't want to do that.
Oh, and I think Collyer was just trying to bait Punk into the ring so he could get some cheap shots in on Cabana, who's a legal man. You know, that might be a dirty tactic, but it's smart wrestling from Chad Collyer.
Well, now Nigel going to work on Cabana. Has the knee into the back, pulling back on the chin.
You know, Nigel McGuiness is enjoying this right now.
Come on. I will. I'll punch you right in the face.
Who will get a future pure title shot?
Nigel pulling Cabana back up and into his corner. Cabana trying to fight his way out of it, but Collyer gets in a few shots. Snaps the throat of Colt Cabana across that top ring rope.
No matter how much punishment Punk and Cabana take, you can never count them out.
European uppercut from Nigel as Cabana slumps into the second rope. Makes the tag, Collyer the legal man.
They are former two-time ROH Tag Team Champions for a reason. Who will ever forget the classics against the Briscoes at Reborn Stage 2 and Death Before Dishonor 2 Part 1. That 2 out of 3 falls match against the Briscoes that night was something else, just unbelievable.
A historic confrontation. Collyer going for the suplex, and he gets it on Cabana. Nice strength shown by Collyer. Lateral press. Goes for another cover. You need to hook the leg. Cabana at the knee to the midsection, trying to fight his way toward Punk and make the tag.
Chad Collyer cutting off the ring though. Oh, look at that. Beautifully done as he flipped Cabana down. Cabana was almost there. Collier's just got so many holds and counter holds.
Nigel tagged into the matchup once again, wrapping the arm around Cabana's throat and brings him down to the knee. Cabana trying to dig down for some extra energy. And the crowd trying to give him that energy he needs. Big clothesline from Nigel into the cover, but Punk breaks it up.
Nigel McGuiness taking his head off there.
And again into the Cobra Clutch. The Shinanamaki, if you will. Trying to wear Cabana down, take away his energy. He has the encouragements of the fan here in Buffalo.
Cabana making his way up to his feet.
Back drops Nigel.
Nigel is going for that clothesline again.
Makes the tag, but Collyer into the ring. Took the attention of Bruce Gray. I don't think he saw the tag. No, he didn't, and he's not going to allow it. Didn't see the tag, not going to permit it, as now Nigel with Cabana full Nelson, and Collyer gets a shot into the midsection.
And there's no tag there, but Collyer staying in the ring.
Face first into the turnbuckle goes Cabana. Collyer with the chop right across the chest. Cabana dishes it right back out. Again, having words with McGuiness. Back and forth they go with chops. And trying to inch his way toward CM Punk to make that tag, but quickly taking away the legs of Cabana before he can.
Cabana's taking a lot of punishment. And look at that, just stomping on the fingers.
And pounding away on the head of Cabana, firing right back though. Shot to the midsection of Collyer. Cabana winds up, Collyer ducks. Waistlock held by Collyer. Elbow from Cabana, standing switch. Off the ropes comes Collyer, right into the Rana.
Beautifully done by the big man, can't get the tag.
In comes Nigel, gets met with the forearm strike. The ropes save him. Oh, and Cabana ducks as Nigel connects with his own partner, and Cabana dives and makes the tag to Punk.
Punk's a house of fire.
Firing away on both Nigel and Collyer. Back heel kick connects on McGuiness. Collyer off the ropes. Into the tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Pin attempt broken up by McGuiness. Nigel now with Punk. Sends him into the buckle. Comes charging. Right into the elbow from Punk. Punk to the top. Crossbody takes down both of his opponents. Cover. No, Collyer kicks out. Hammerlock held.
Pepsi twist! Yeah!
Going for the Pepsi twist, but Collyer ducks. Holds on to the waist lock on Punk. Elbows to the side of the head of Collyer. Off the ropes comes Punk. No, Nigel trying to trip up Punk and drops him throat first on the top rope. German suplex from Collyer with the bridge. Oh, so very, very close. Almost 3.
We're seeing more and more shady tactics out of Nigel McGuiness as the minutes pass here.
Handful of hair by Collyer, pulling Punk back up. Makes the tag. McGuiness tagged in.
Once again, McGuiness and Collyer in control.
Shot right to the ribs of CM Punk. Cabana trying to catch his breath and regain his bearings on the apron. Punk connects with the forearm strike. Nigel dishes it right back out. Neither man going down. Punk with 2 forearms in succession and a third. Again, Nigel into the ropes, comes right back up with a forearm, knocking Punk through the ropes to the floor, but he brings himself back in and connects with the leg lariat.
Great agility from CM Punk. That could make him a future ROH World Champion.
Both men in a weakened position. Punk makes the tag to Cabana.
Cabana's had time to rest up, and look at McGuiness ducking out of the ring.
Nigel wants none of Colt Cabana, but he turned his back on Collyer.
Cabana definitely has his mind on McGuiness, and this one is trying to come in from behind. He gets caught.
Takes out the legs of Cabana. Going for that Collyer cloverleaf.
He's made a lot of people tap to this.
Turns him over. Can Cabana hang in there? Punk trying to make the save, but McGuiness with hold of Punk's leg.
Punk stomps his way out of it.
Shining Wizard! Saves his partner and knocks Collyer to the floor. Nigel with the forearm strike on Punk. European uppercut. Has Punk by the head, looking for the suplex. Cabana saves Punk.
There's that chemistry from Punk and Cabana.
Clubbing away on the back of McGuiness. The Second City Saints in control.
Get him up!
Looking for a double team maneuver on Nigel to put him away. Punk twists him around with the neck breaker. Cabana climbing up top. And comes down with the splash. No, Nigel able to kick out.
Are we gonna see the Pepsi plunge? Cabana's calling for it.
Punk out to the apron, he's climbing up top.
The Pepsi plunge puts them all down.
The top rope pedigree is CM Punk, but no, Collyer back up on the apron, knocks Punk off the top rope. Sunset flip by Cabana, trying to get it. And Nigel had his handful of ropes there for extra leverage.
Wow, I can't believe we saw that out of Nigel McGuiness.
Cabana trying to get the sunset flip out of the corner. Nigel holding onto the second rope. 1, 2, 3, and Collyer and McGuiness score the victory over the Saints.
Colt Cabana definitely bringing out a new side of Nigel McGuiness, and I don't know if that's a positive. This feud is a long way from over.
greatest of all times. I'ma say it just like Ali did.
Once you use those 3 rope breaks, the ropes are in play for your opponent to use, but they cannot be used by you to break up a pin or a submission. There is a strict 20 count out on the floor. There are to be no closed fist strikes to the face. On the first closed fist, you will be given a warning. On the second one, you will be penalized a rope break. And if you have no rope breaks left, you will be disqualified. And the pure title can change hands on a count out or a disqualification. You both understand these rules. Shake hands, go to your corners, and wait for the bell.
Buffalo is about to witness a very historic match, a first time ever meeting, a first title defense from Samoa Joe. James Gibson versus Samoa Joe. The pure title is on the line.
And the fans are definitely split in their support of these two athletes. They know both of them are very capable wrestlers, and they're going to see a good contest here.
Oh, what an atmosphere we have here in the Amherst Pepsi Center. What a great crowd we've had in our Buffalo area debut. I think Ring of Honor has a new home in the Buffalo area.
We start off with the Greco-Roman knuckle lock as Samoa Joe powers Gibson down to both knees.
Samoa Joe definitely has a size and power advantage in this one. James Gibson has a hard determination. He wants a title belt. You saw the promo with him and Spanky at the beginning of this home release. James Gibson has a vision of him and Spanky celebrating in the ring at the end of the night with both ROH title belts.
Now, he's made no secret that he is after titles here in Ring of Honor. That's the reason that he came here, as well as just having an excellent level of competition against these great wrestlers. And he's going to get it right here from Samoa Joe.
Spanky and James Gibson have been up and down the roads together. They've had restraints put on them. They've had limitations put on them. They are now able to shine in ROH, and you know how special it would be for them to be standing in the middle of the ring at the end of the night holding up those title belts.
Gibson holding onto the wrist lock. Samoa Joe takes out the leg.
Let's see if he goes for the cross faces.
No, he's just turning into a chin lock. Thought about it and thought better of it.
Samoa Joe defeated his protege Jay Lethal in an awesome match back at Manhattan Mayhem on May 7th to win the Pure title. He was out with a rib injury as a result of the brutal beating from Homicide and Low-Key later that night. what a brutal match that was. He is now recovered and ready to raise the prestige of the Pure title. He says he's going to do for the Pure title what he did for the World title. He's going to make the Pure title belt really mean something and make it a really important belt. If he's putting down challengers like James Gibson, you can't deny that he will have accomplished his goal.
Referee checking the shoulders of Samoa Joe right here as he works his way back up to his feet and ringing away on the arm of Gibson, holding onto the wrist lock.
Of course, you heard Todd Sinclair go over the Pure title rules. You have to approach these kind of matches with different strategies. You have to be careful on when you use your rope breaks. A lot of times you might go to the ropes as an easy way out. In this kind of match, you might want to conserve those rope breaks and look for a reversal or even stay in a hold and take the pain and search for another way out before going to the ropes. Once those 3 rope breaks are used, not only can your opponent use those ropes, not only are they in play for your opponent, but the ropes cannot save you from a submission or pinfall attempt.
And then, of course, there's the strategy in these Pure title matches to apply submission holds in the early going of the contest toward the ropes to entice your opponent to use up his rope breaks.
And that is something that would be a huge advantage if James Gibson could get Samoa Joe to use all his rope breaks or vice versa, because Joe, of course, loves to use the choke, and Gibson loves to use the front guillotine choke. And if you don't have the ropes as a way out, well, it's going to be pretty easy to get choked out.
Gibson bridging forward to put maximum pressure on this hold.
And there we go. Normally, Joe might just slide over to the ropes to get out of the hold, but he is trying to conserve that rope break.
To a standing position is Samoa Joe. Gibson still holding onto the wrist. Joe turns it around.
Real quick before things really start getting heated in this match, we got to pay the bills, Dave Prazak. And right now you can go to ROHWrestling.com. You can call 215-781-2500 for all your merchandise needs. Much more than Ring of Honor merchandise there. We got DVDs from WWE, FIP, that's one of the rising indies, the sister promotion of ROH. You'll see talent like CM Punk, Samoa Joe, James Gibson, Spanky, and Homicide, many, many others in FIP. Check out those DVDs. Plus the Straight Shooting Series, the best shoot interviews ever. We have some great straight shoots coming out, as we have now combination straight shoots. We have one coming out with Terry Funk and Shane Douglas together. 3 volumes with Bobby the Brain Heenan and Jim Cornette. Jim Mitchell, what a shoot interview that is. Of course, you know him as a Sinister Minister. And of course, the Secrets of the Ring series, a must for aspiring wrestlers. We have several volumes with Raven, plus Jim Cornette, Dusty Rhodes, many, many others. The Straight Shooting series, so many names, Mick Foley, Jushin Liger, One Man Gang, Kamala, we got it all. ROHWrestling.com, 215-781-2500. Rare Japanese merchandise, much, much more than ROH merchandise.
Samoa Joe did his best to try to fight off that half crab attempt. Gibson was able to get it on Joe, but used his power to kick Gibson off, and both men back at the standing position.
Another instance where Joe might have just gone on the ropes in a normal match, but here in a Pure title match, he used his power advantage on James Gibson.
Grabs hold of the leg, takes out the other, tying up the leg of Gibson, keeping him grounded, and off toward the ropes rather than in the center of the ring.
You see Joe clasping his hands together, not letting Gibson get the full effect of this maneuver. Both men struggling, a feeling out process, as this is a first time ever match.
Samoa Joe possibly looking to use his power once again. That's exactly what he's going to do as he picks Gibson up and elevates him all the way to the top turnbuckle.
And hold on, what's this?
One rope break, charge to Samoa Joe.
Whoa, Todd Sinclair, normally a great official. I don't know if that, I guess it could be construed as a rope break since Joe took him to the ropes, but Joe obviously was just planting Gibson there.
Well, he did touch the rope while he still had the submission hold applied on Joe, so that cost him a rope break as Gibson drop kicks the leg out from Joe.
I think Joe taking a little bit out of his game there as he had some words for Sinclair. Gibson taking full advantage. And a great strategy from James Gibson here, going after the legs of Samoa Joe, trying to chop the big man down.
Draping that leg over the bottom rope and driving his body down onto the knee.
Of course, Samoa Joe's ROH World title reign is legendary. 21 months as champion. defeating the likes of AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Paul London, Homicide. Of course, the trilogy against CM Punk, the 2 epic 1-hour draws, the final match at All-Star Extravaganza 2. And if you haven't seen it, you have to see Joe versus Punk 2. In fact, you should see all 3 matches of the trilogy in order. Now it'll be interesting to see if Samoa Joe can do the same for the Pure title.
If anyone can elevate the prestige of the Pure title or any championship, it is Samoa Joe.
Gibson, though, is trying to make this into a short title reign as he keeps working on that leg of Samoa Joe.
And he's focusing on one body part and sticking to it. Very wise strategy as he's wrapping the leg around the rope.
An illegal hold there. And Gibson now getting very aggressive, working on the leg of Samoa Joe. Sinclair's got to get him out of the ropes. Joe getting aggressive back. And look at that precision, pinpoint accuracy, full force with that drop kick.
Gibson's going to hit the ropes and come charging here, but Joe catches him and plants him.
Joe yelling at a heckler in the crowd, telling him to get out, and I don't blame him because this crowd, 99% of them, are loving this match, and what an atmosphere we have here. You've got to be here live to experience something like this.
Joe definitely favoring that leg. Snapmares Gibson back down, chop to the back, kick to the chest. Off the ropes he comes and drops the knee. That's the combo.
Joe is so effective with those combinations. This crowd split. This is what these fans paid to see. ROH making an impact in a new market.
Joe pulling Gibson back up. Shot right across the chest. And again. Holding onto that arm. Backs him into the corner. Irish whip sends him into the buckle and comes charging with the knee strike.
Oh, that might knock you out.
Out to the floor goes Gibson, and he looks to be out of it.
That connected right on the point of the jaw of James Gibson, and if you speak to anybody who knows anything about shoot fighting or boxing, they'll tell you that if you're able to land a blow right on the jaw like that, it could easily knock a man out. Now Gibson has a 20 count on the floor he has to answer.
Joe staying inside the ring, waiting for Gibson to try to make it back to his feet.
Sinclair up to 7, I believe. Gibson trying to make his way in. And look at that, the turnbuckle pad has fell off. That knee connected with so much force that the turnbuckle pad fell off.
You can see Gibson trying to go back to work on that leg. Joe trying to block the attempt.
And Joe effectively doing so.
Headbutt. And down goes Gibson once again. Joe's got some vicious headbutts.
Gibson is taking a beating in this one. We might see a KO. Of course, Joe loves to use that suplex combination too. That's how he beat Jay Lethal. And if there's already cobwebs in the head of James Gibson, that suplex combination is going to finish him off.
Series of kicks to the chest of Gibson sends him back down on the canvas. As Joe slowly and methodically makes his way back over to his opponent.
I think Joe is just being cautious here not to make any mistakes with James Gibson. Gibson, a very dangerous competitor. He can get you in submission holds from just about any position. So Joe definitely biding his time, being cautious, while still being aggressive on the offense. A great strategy from Samoa Joe entering this match.
Stretching out that back of Gibson. As the knee placed right in the spine, Gibson trying to fight his way out of the hold and back to his feet. Up in a standing position once again.
Trying to leverage his way out of it.
Knee right to the midsection of Gibson. Takes away the momentum.
And look at right now, James Gibson is just gasping for air.
As the dueling chants go up once again here in Buffalo.
This crowd is red hot.
Forearm shot from Joe. And again.
And you see the sweat fly off the body of James Gibson with the impact of each blow.
And the uppercut sends him down.
Let's see if Joe can follow up here. Joe almost seeming a little bit tired. I wonder if that rib injury is coming back to haunt him.
Well, this is his first matchup back since that injury.
That will definitely make it difficult to get your air. But James Gibson is in a bad way right now.
Headbutt connects. Of course, Joe was involved in that four-corner survival in Dayton, but was sidelined after that match. Couldn't even compete in Chicago. Gave that rib injury some time to heal. Gotta wonder if he's 100% here tonight.
And he kind of stayed out of the action in that four-way too. As look at this.
Nice neck breaker from Gibson. Takes Joe down and buys him a little bit of time to catch his breath and dig down for some extra energy.
I mentioned before that you have to watch out for that front guillotine choke from James Gibson. You also have to look out for the Tiger Bomb.
Double count administered by Todd Sinclair as Gibson with the forearm strike on Joe.
Gibson came so close to defeating Austin Aries at stalemate. Then again at the final showdown, two classic matches between Gibson and Aries right there.
Gibson trying to suplex the big man, but he's not moving. Trying to soften him up.
Gibson came so close to getting that belt around his waist, he wants it now.
Sweeps the legs of Gibson. And a senton down across the back by Samoa Joe. And more pressure put on the back of James Gibson right here. Todd Sinclair getting right in there.
Will Gibson use a rope break? Gibson needs to be able to get to the ropes first. Look at that grip that Joe is high up, adding pressure to the lower back.
As those hands clasp together.
Gibson inching his way closer to the ropes, trying, yes!
Rope break used by Gibson.
Number 1 used by James Gibson.
Both men even at one rope break apiece. Joe a little frustrated. He thought that maybe he could put Gibson away there, but it's going to take a lot to put away a tough competitor like James Gibson.
It's going to take a whole lot to make someone like James Gibson give it up, to make him tap out in a professional wrestling ring.
Especially when you deal with how focused, how determined James Gibson is to get a belt around his waist. Especially with the frustration of not getting the world title after 2 opportunities. Samoa Joe also loves to use a muscle buster. He might be able to catch James Gibson in a muscle buster here.
Slap right across the face. Joe going up to the second rope himself.
Both men struggling.
Gibson with headbutts trying to fight his way out of this.
An odd strategy by Gibson there. You don't want to get into a headbutt battle with Samoa Joe.
He's on the receiving end of a few right there. What could he have in mind right here as they're jockeying for position?
Gibson using his agility slips out.
Going after that leg of Samoa Joe.
Oh, Joe's in a bad spot right here. Gibson now unloading on Samoa Joe, pummeling him. Gibson now coming up to the top. What's he have planned for here? Oh, yeah, he's not going to be able to get this. No. This will be big impact.
Belly to back suplex off the ropes. It's amazing that he was even able to get the maneuver.
We could have a new champion. Cover.
No, Samoa Joe gets that shoulder up. Especially due to the fact that Samoa Joe's been working over that back of Gibson, able to get that suplex. Shows just how much Gibson wants this.
This crowd now getting behind James Gibson. He's feeling it. Look at that expression on his face. He knows the title is within reach.
Crowd making that adrenaline flow.
Gibson wants it so bad.
Boot to the midsection of Samoa Joe. Catches the head, going for the swinging DDT. Right into the choke. That front guillotine choke.
He's got it right in the middle of the ring, and Joe's got nowhere to go. No, Joe pulling him up right into the corner.
Still holding on.
Joe might have to use a rope break here, and he might have to do it soon. No, roll up!
Oh, near fall right there for Gibson. Almost had him.
Oh, Joe had to be woozy from being in the front guillotine choke for that long. Gibson trying to take advantage of it with a quick roll-up. Great strategy from James Gibson.
Still holding on to that back that Samoa Joe is focused on. Gibson crawling toward the pure champion. Drives the knee right into the side of the head repeatedly. And again, he's on fire. James Gibson wants to wear that title.
He might be going for the knockout there.
Hits the ropes. But Joe catches it with the power slam. Only gets two, right into the cross arm breaker. If he can get full extension. Gibson clasping his hands together to prevent Joe from getting the hold.
Oh, he's clasping him with all his power. He knows he cannot let Joe get this hold on. He is struggling. He is fighting. Joe gets it. And Gibson's in the ropes.
It's a second rope break.
That is rope break number 2 used by James Gibson.
The champion now has an advantage as Gibson has 2 rope breaks used compared to Joe's 1. James Gibson now has to be very careful on when he uses his next rope break, if indeed he does use it.
Gibson's so worn down and at the foot of Samoa Joe. Just raking that boot across the face. Joe hits the ropes, but Gibson catches the boot. Dragon screw leg whip.
Don't forget he worked on that leg earlier.
And drop kicks that leg. Back to work he goes.
And what's this? It's the trailer hitch. We have not seen James Gibson use this in ROH before.
Can he get the submission right here? Referee asking Samoa Joe if he needs to give it up.
And look at the ring positioning here. Gibson blocking the ropes on that side. Joe's in a world of pain. Gibson has worked on those legs throughout the match. Joe thinking about using a rope break? Yes, he does.
As much as he might have gotten the submission right there, Gibson applying the hold toward the ropes also entices Joe to use up a rope break there, while doing damage to Joe's leg.
Now it'll be interesting to see what kind of factor that injured leg plays throughout the rest of this match. And you see the pain on Samoa Joe's face.
Both of these men very worn down. Gibson firing away, staying right on that leg. Joe firing back with a series of open hand strikes. Comes roaring. Gibson ducks and connects with the drop kick, sends Joe through the ropes into the floor.
20 count on the floor, don't forget about that. Joe, no, here comes Gibson with a plancha.
And Gibson's back took the full force of the barricade right there.
Let's see if Gibson can answer the 20 count, but Joe a little weary on the floor himself.
Of course, Joe working on the back, possibly looking for a submission out of Gibson. It takes a lot to get him to submit, to get him to tap out. It took Spanky throwing in the towel at the Best of the American Super Juniors tournament for Gibson to lose via submission. He wouldn't do it himself.
No, again, Gibson's back was destroyed in that match, and he still would not say die.
Both men back inside the ring.
Samoa Joe now struggling to get to his feet, so is James Gibson. Gibson has already applied the front guillotine choke. Joe is yet to go for any of his finishers. Wow, can you believe the energy level of this crowd?
Joe elevates him, power bomb, right into a cover. Turns it into the STF.
Will Gibson uses third rope break. And can he even get out of this hold?
Fans encouraging Gibson to crawl toward the ropes. To not give it up. Just inching his way toward the ropes.
It looks like Gibson's going to have to use that third rope break. But Joe pulling back now, not even giving him an opportunity to get to near the ropes. Joe's going for the win here, but Gibson gets to the ropes. That's it. James Gibson is out of rope breaks. Samoa Joe can now use the ropes to his advantage. Not only that, James Gibson cannot use the ropes to save himself from a submission or a pinfall attempt.
And with all the devastation his back has taken thus far in the bout, all Samoa Joe needs to do is lock in a submission hold that does damage to that back and do it right in the center of the ring. Hell, it doesn't matter where he does it. No, he can do it right in the ropes.
Joe could do a tarantula down, it would be legal.
Backs Gibson into the corner, elevates him to the top turnbuckle.
We've seen guys do like a vertical crab, Boston crab in the ropes. And what's this, a muscle buster?
He's got him up.
It's all over, no. Oh, right into the front guillotine choke. Joe trying to power out of it. And now Gibson once again trying to do a roll out of the choke. Joe's got cobwebs in his head.
Joe's gonna choke him out. The ropes can't save James Gibson.
How can Gibson get out of this?
Joe's just choking him out.
Gibson's got nowhere to go. He's pointing to the ropes, but they can't save him. He taps. James Gibson had no choice but to tap. There was no getting out of that hold. And I think we just saw the greatest pure title match in pure title history.
I'm the greatest of all times. I'm gonna say it just like Ali did.
from Seattle, Washington, weighing 182 pounds, Spanky! To my right, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing 202 pounds, representing Generation Next, he is your Ring of Honor World Champion,
The world title will be on the line. Austin Aries defending against Spanky. We just saw a classic between Gibson and Samoa Joe. Can this match follow it? Can the pro title match actually surpass the world title match? You know Austin Aries isn't going to allow that to happen. He has done everything possible to build the prestige of the world title. He has taken it around the world, to Canada, to Mexico, to Switzerland, to Austria. He has taken it to different territories around the United States and defended it against the best in each region. Not only that, he has defended it against all the best in Ring of Honor. Samoa Joe, 3rd anniversary celebration, part 3. That steel cage match against Colt Cabana to kick off the 3rd anniversary celebration week. Homicide at Best of American Super Juniors tournament. Bryan Danielson at Nowhere to Run. James Gibson at Stalemate. And the final showdown, now Spanky will get his opportunity.
Well, James Gibson unsuccessful tonight in his quest of wearing gold here in ROH. Will Spanky make the most of this opportunity and leave Buffalo the ROH World Champ?
I'm sure James Gibson is feeling a little bit deflated now, but you better believe that he's going to be rooting on his friend Spanky in this one. Austin Aries, on the other hand, he's probably pretty proud and pretty happy about himself, about crippling Alex Shelley. Those attacks we saw on Alex Shelley earlier tonight. Alex Shelley currently in the hospital with a severe back injury. We will update you on that on future ROH home releases.
Yeah, Austin Aries taking a lot of pride in attacking someone from behind with a metal pipe.
And then not only that, but Aries and Strong knocking Shelley off the stretcher on 2 occasions. That's just disgusting and uncalled for. But right now, I don't want to take away from this match. Of course, we have a big story in this match, and that is the rumored and I believe the true neck injury that Austin Aries has.
Yeah, Austin Aries taking that muscle buster from Samoa Joe in Chicago Ridge. And he tried to hide it. He tried to not let Spanky find out, not let the fans find out. But yes, a neck injury. And that is exactly what Spanky can focus on. Alex Shelley brought it up earlier tonight. The sliced bread number 2 focuses on the neck, and that's exactly what he's got to do. Hit sliced bread number 2, and Spanky, one of the true founding fathers of Ring of Honor, could represent the company after this match is over with.
Spanky would be a proud world champion, no doubt about that. Austin Aries has put on one classic after another, but it's almost like, and we got some back and forth action here.
Ducks underneath the clothesline attempt, scoots to the floor.
Spanky taking his time. He's not going to let Aries set the pace in this one. But as I was saying, of course, Austin Aries taking on such a grueling schedule, and I believe that schedule is catching up to him with the nagging injuries, particularly the neck injury. I mean, when you just look at that May weekend, on May 13th, he was defending the belt in a long, grueling, tough match against James Gibson. The next night, and even a tougher match against Bryan Danielson. And the next night, he flew to Mexico and retained the world title in a 3-way against Ricky Marvin and Super Crazy. I mean, Aries is just insane with this schedule to prove that he is the best ROH world champion of all time. And now that schedule might be catching up to him with nagging injuries, particularly the neck.
Well, he had big shoes to fill following Samoa Joe's illustrious title reign, and he has a lot to prove, not only to himself, his stablemates, but to the fans of Ring of Honor, that he is deserving of wearing that championship, and maybe that schedule is making his body physically pay the price as Spanky focusing on that neck, just jarring it right there.
Right, I mean, I think that Aries has proven himself a worthy champion. In fact, you can't doubt that. I mean, just look at those title defenses he's had in ROH and all over the world for that matter. As Aries pops out, there's that explosiveness connecting with a drop kick. but coming up and clutching the neck. But Austin Aries has definitely proven himself a real world champion, a great world champion. And even ROH officials have told him that he can slow down the schedule if he wants, but Aries has refused.
Up and over in the corner goes Aries, rolls to the opposite corner, going for that back elbow. Spanky ducked, looking for slice spread number 2 right here. No! Aries stays on his feet. Belly to back suplex right on his neck. More devastation to that neck. Wasn't able to hit slice spread, but was able to hit that belly to back and jar the body part that he needs to focus on if he wants to win that title tonight.
Spanky definitely knows that neck is hurting as he is absolutely focusing his attack on the neck of Austin Aries. And if Aries' neck wasn't hurt entering this match, you better believe that it's injured right now.
He just pulled off his kick pad to do even more damage.
Spanky so aggressive, so tenacious. Cover! 2 count only.
Grabbing hold of the chin lock, pulling back on that neck. Spanky's a very smart wrestler in that ring.
Austin Aries' schedule is going to get even tougher as he is scheduled to take on Low-Key in a non-title, non-sanctioned match next week in New York City. It doesn't even matter if he keeps the title in this one. That one's about pride. That one is about Low-Key crashing the WB appearance of Ring of Honor and Austin Aries on the New York Morning Show. And of course, the winner of this one is going to have to face CM Punk in the future.
Lung blower from Spanky as Aries down on the canvas once again. Spanky not wasting any time, goes right back to work. Another belly to back suplex right on the neck. And Aries just clutching that body part.
Spanky is ready to take off of a short tour of Japan in the middle of the month of June. And Spanky has told us that if he wins the world title right here tonight, he will be the first man ever to defend the ROH world title in Japan.
Grabs hold of the chin lock, keeping Aries down on the canvas. Todd Sinclair right in there.
Notice Spanky right on the neck again.
Trying to break free is Aries. He does, has Spanky set to the ropes. Spanky reverses it. Aries holds on, but Spanky again with the forearm strike right to the neck of Aries.
Spanky definitely has his target. He definitely had his strategy going into this match.
Spanky sent in. Aries ducked his head and paid the price.
Aries seems a little off his game tonight, Dave. I think that neck injury is really getting to him as now he's rolling out of the ring, and that's a desperation move from Austin Aries right there.
Well, he knows that he has a weakness, and he knows that his opponent realizes it. And thus far in the match, Spanky has done a beautiful job of focusing on the neck.
Maybe Aries is trying to bait Spanky in.
And maybe playing a little bit of possum right there just to get him out on the floor.
That's some smart wrestling from Austin Aries.
Reverses the whip. And Aries head over heels right to the barricade.
Well, just as the words were out of my mouth, Spanky once again coming back, showing why he could be the next ROH World Champion. We all know Spanky has the talent to hold the belt. As he just dumps Aries into the crowd, similar to Alex Shelley and Rodrick Strong earlier tonight. The world champion's down and he's hurt. Of course, no countouts in this match. Todd Sinclair can disqualify you if you're out there for too long, but in a world title match, you'd have to be out there for an eternity. What's Aries doing now? Oh, he snapped that neck back on the steel.
A little bit of payback, working on Spanky's neck.
And look at Aries, he is almost crying in pain.
He is in a world of hurt. Spanky could be one slice spread number 2 away from winning that championship. What's he got in mind right here? A pile driver, and he just broke that chair.
Austin, that was sick. I got a splinter in my ass.
That's the least of his worries right now. Spanky's been focusing on his neck, and Aries sort of just out of payback, trying to break the neck of Spanky with that pile driver, breaking that wooden chair.
Spanky came up clutching his neck too, in extreme amount of pain.
Who's the chair?
Aries may be wasting a little bit of time. Tries to bring himself back in with the senton, but Spanky rolls out of the way.
Spanky is definitely hurt though.
Connects with the elbow. Aries up against the ropes. Forearm shot from Spanky. Aries holds onto the wrist. Boot to the midsection. Looking for the suplex. Drapes the legs over the ropes and snaps the neck down to the canvas with extra added impact with the elevation of the ropes.
We have a battle of injured necks going on right now. Austin Aries, of course, he loves to use that combo, the kick to the head, the crucifix bomb, the 450, the brain buster. Any combination of those moves has put all his opponents away, whether it's Alex Shelley at Manhattan Mayhem, Samoa Joe to win the title in that historic moment at Final Battle 2004, Homicide at Best of American Super Juniors. He has been very effective with using that combo.
And if he continues to focus on the neck of Spanky, as he does right there with the running drop kick, roll up. Only two. Especially the brainbuster and that crucifix bomb do damage to the neck.
That is all impact on the neck. Aries, though, still clutching that neck. What kind of shape will Aries be for low-key next week in Manhattan?
Aries, get off the hand. One.
That could be the death of Austin Aries right there.
Get off the hand. Come on, knock it off.
Snaps him over with a lot of force on that snapmare even. Kick right to the spine. Goes for the cover with the hook of the leg, but Spanky hanging in there and kicking out. Off the ropes comes Aries. Drives the knee into the back of the neck. Rolls back. A little bit of showboating from Aries.
Aries asking if we want to see it again. No, Spanky moves out of the way.
Took way too much time. And Spanky connects with the forearm strike. And again, he's got Aries up against the ropes.
There's that hardened determination of Spanky.
Sends him in, back elbow. Takes the champ down.
Hey, I got Artie, our producer, in my earpiece, Dave, and we have 2 more matches signed for Manhattan next week. Samoa Joe will defend the pure title against Nigel McGuiness.
Oh, what an opportunity for Nigel right there.
Without a doubt. And Homicide will take on James Gibson in a special challenge match.
Aries pulling Spanky out of the corner. Trying to block the attempt. Catching the foot of Austin Aries. Spanky comes up with a leg of his own, half crab, and turns it into a modification of the STF.
Aries, come on, what do you say? Come on, go!
This one's wrenching that knee, as well as applying pressure to the neck, as there you see Aries' desperation going to the eyes of Spanky, trying to get out of the hold, and he does.
Doing whatever it takes to hold on to the championship. Spanky working his way back to his feet. Ringing away on the arm is Aries. Single-handed knuckle lock, crossing the arm across the throat. Cobra clutch backbreaker. Power drive elbow down across the back.
1, 2.
Only gets 2. Spanky rolls his shoulder up. Crowd encouraging Spanky to get his second win, dig down for some energy.
They want to see a title change.
Spanky setting to the buckle hard, gets his feet up. He's got Aries stunned, looking for the swinging DDT. Aries towards the attempt, gets a traditional DDT, face first right down to the canvas.
Did you see that impact? That will jar the whole vertebrae right there.
Again, Aries grasping at his neck.
Austin Aries, the wrestling machine, he is being taken to the limit right now.
Blocking Spanky's attempt. Aries now trying to get him up. Blocks that attempt. Waist lock by Spanky. Aries with elbows. Standing switch. Going for the Okada roll. Holds onto the ropes to Spanky. Aries hits the ropes and connects with the back of Aries. The back of his neck, taking him head over heels with a Northern Lariat.
Spanky has made ROH's American home in 2005. That classic against James Gibson at the 3rd anniversary, part 2. Victories over CM Punk kick off the 3rd anniversary. Alex Shelley at It All Begins. Can he get the world title?
Spanky with the flurry of offense connects with the back heel kick. But can't put him away.
Let's see if Spanky can follow up. Can he get that sliced bread?
Aries holds on to the wrist. He's got him up on his shoulders. Plants him.
And there's that force and velocity that we've come to expect from Austin Aries.
What could Aries have in mind? Spanky's back to his feet. Comes running with the forearm strike. Now Spanky, another forearm. Up to the second rope he goes. Now all the way up top. Top rope run up from Spanky.
He nails it. Aries is in a lot of trouble here.
Turns right around into the grasp of Spanky. Drops him face first.
Can Spanky follow up?
Spanky likes to put the frog splash to use. No, drops the elbow down across the neck.
That was right on the back of the neck, Dave. And oh, look at this. Aries rolls him up. Oh, that's just like how Luke defeated Cheech earlier tonight. Austin Aries almost getting lucky and pulling one out there just like he did against James Gibson at the final showdown.
Spanky just waiting for Aries. Going for the kick. Aries caught the boot. And tosses him overhead. What impact.
Aries buying himself some time there. Let's see if he can follow up.
Aries back to a standing position. Spanky looks to be out of it. Crowd encouraging Spanky here. Shot to the midsection. Slice bread number 2.
It's all over. Oh, what's this?
Gotta hand it to Spanky. Gets that shoulder up after the tombstone pile driver.
I'll give a lot of credit to Austin Aries for reversing that slice break number 2 into the tombstone. Lots of impact on Spanky's neck. That's what took out the neck of Steve Austin.
Plants him with the body slam. Going up top now, maybe looking for the 450 splash.
It's all over if he hits it. I don't care how resilient Spanky is. He just got tombstone right on his head.
450. He saw that he was moving out of the way, sort of saved himself. Duck of the clothesline attempt. Kick connects.
This time Spanky gets a super kick. And they kick to the back. Aries is in trouble. German suplex.
No, so very close.
Austin Aries almost losing the world title right there. What a great champion Spanky would make.
Struggling to get back to his feet to follow up. He's expended so much energy thus far.
All eyes in the Amherst Pepsi Center glued to the ring as ROH makes Buffalo a new home.
Spanky trying to pull himself up in the corner. Aries struggling to get back to his feet. He does. Both men back up. Spanky with the forearm shot. Has Aries dazed. Dishes it right back out. Forearm exchange by these two men.
Both men putting it all on the line here, reaching deep down.
And goes to the eyes by any means necessary. Comes roaring, but Spanky gets the knee up.
He's going for it. Slice bread. New champ. No.
Aries just places him on the top turnbuckle and a clubbing forearm shot to the back.
Can Spanky hit sliced bread?
He's tried several times and been unsuccessful.
Aries now working over the back of the neck, but Spanky fighting back, and he's got him up. Sliced bread from the top. Aries trying to roll out of the ring to save the title. Cover! And Aries' chin is split wide open too. The sliced bread impact has split Aries' chin wide open. Oh, Aries with the kick. Oh, that kick to the head. Aries, the sight of his own blood is giving him adrenaline.
Just kicking away at Spanky.
He might knock him out. Several kicks. Normally he just gives one of those to his opponent.
Brain buster coming up.
Nails it. High impact on the neck.
450. Aries has got it in mind. All the way up top he goes.
It's over if he hits it. Yes. Can Spanky kick?
Aries retains the title.
Here is your winner and still Ring of Honor World Champion, Austin Aries.
combination of the brainbuster and the 450 splash. Earning the victory, and he walks away still ROH World Champ. Let's see if the Code of Honor is followed. 2 classic title matches here in Buffalo. Ring of Honor has a new home in Buffalo. We are ready to storm into Manhattan next week. Rematches signed. Low-key versus Austin Aries, non-title, non-sanctioned match. And what kind of shape will Aries be against the hard-hitting Low-key? Samoa Joe defending the pure title against Nigel McGuiness. Gibson versus Homicide. Next week in Manhattan. And then we steamroll into Death Before Dishonor 3. The Code of Honor followed. A disappointing loss by Spanky, but a great effort. What a night here in Buffalo. For Dave Grazak, I'm Jimmy Bauer. Thank you very much for joining us.
You know, when we won these belts, everyone thought it was a fluke. But you know what, Jimmy? So far, we've run through Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal, the Second City Saints, Generation Next of Rodrick Strong and Jack Evans, and tonight we demolished Dunn Marcos. You know what, people? These belts right here ain't going anywhere for a long time. Jimmy, you know when I picked you as a partner, everybody questioned my decision, but I knew you would make a great tag partner.
You don't even need that, because we will do anything to keep these belts. Ain't that right, PJ?
That's right. Let's get out of here, Jimmy.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking there's the world champ and he's all busted up and bleeding. For those of you with a short memory, let me refresh your mind on something. Brian Danielson was the first guy to split this chin open. 25 stitches. Where's he now? I sent him packing. So this goes out to everyone who wants a shot at my title. Mainly, low-key, CM Punk, you're gonna have to do a lot more than this to take this off of my waist. Good job tonight, Roddy. What do you think, Doc?
I think he'll be okay.
Just glue it shut.
He's still
Whatever
gonna
you
be
gotta do.
pretty, right?
I'm just evening the odds for everyone else. Whatever you gotta do. Staple it, sew it, I don't care, glue it. Just get the bleeding to stop.
Are you guys ready for this promo?
Just a minute, I gotta talk to Jamie, right? Jamie, you and I have known each other for some time, you know? And we've pushed ourselves to the limits. We've pushed each other. And you and I have worked too hard for too long to come back here empty-handed, Jamie. But when we get home tomorrow, and I take my shower, and I look myself in the mirror, Jamie, I have to be honest with you. I have nobody to blame but myself. And Jamie, I don't know where to turn now. We've pushed each other. We've given it our all, Jamie. Where do we go from here, Jamie?
Spanky, the problem is, it's true what they say. Nice guys finish last. Alright, I come here, and these people, they're great, and I emotionally let them get to me. And I loved it. But all it's did is make me soft. And the James Gibson now just ain't getting the job done. See, Spanky, I knew a guy once. A guy that had a take no prisoners attitude. He kicked ass and he took names. And that man's name was Jamie, by God Noble, the Redneck Messiah. And I know they can't call me that no more. Alright, but I don't care, get that camera up here. Cause you can call me James Gibson, Jamie Noble, Gomer fucking Paul for all I care. Alright, but come next Sunday, Spanky, Jamie Noble is showing up in downtown New York, and I am on a mission. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm personally gonna do whatever it takes from here on out to get the job done, Spanky. And me and you, we gotta watch each other's back. I'm telling you, we've been on top. We've been to the dance. Then I was supposed to be minding your WrestleMania. and we drop the ball, me and you, Spanky, we gotta watch each other back. We gotta get some gold, dude. Whether it be tag, pure, or that world title. We gotta stick together.
I like your style.
These guys are against us, Spanky. Yeah. These people have manipulated us.
All right.
It's time for us to get our act together and start doing whatever it takes to get on top.
All right, Jet. Now, I like your train of thought, buddy.
No more crying for spilled milk. We're gonna get this shit done one way or the other.
Gotta push ourselves, okay, Jamie?